everyone. It's Pops. So this will be one of my few broadcast open panel tonight. Anybody wants to jump on, I'm going to put the link in soon. Let me just get it up there. I'll get it up in the YouTube. Just give me a moment. And so tonight, I'd like to talk about what we think is distractions are out there, because there's plenty of them going on. And, everything seems to be a clown show. And let me get this on here for you before I start. All right. Everything seems to be a clown show. And let me get this on here for you. Little echo there, huh? All right. So I put the StreamYard. Let me paste that to the top. And it's all up there. All right. Now we can get back to business. So we got Mimsy Limbs in the house. She has her own show, for any of you girls especially, into the Bible. I would definitely suggest her show. And I got Trash Can Waves, the guy that says it the way it's supposed to be said. He's got a real good show too. You can drop your link, by the way. Drop your links in my chat, so people will subscribe to you too. And we got Intellectual Soapbox. Who the hell knows who that is? That's some kind of imposter. But anyway, we'll see. Let me get my headphones, by the way. I'm totally unprepared for this. All right. As long as you guys can hear me. Pop these on. So, we got Poppy Poop Pants. President Poop Pants. Can you guys hear me? I can't hear myself. That's crazy. Oh, let me see. Something up with these. All right. So we're good. Anyway, we got Tommy on here, Pinoy News. Tom, you've been doing a good job lately with your shows. I'm starting to enjoy them. You're starting to get some more realistic shit going on. Instead of talking about the same shit, now you're talking about different shit. I like it. That last show, I told you, I think that was the best one you ever with the food shortages. I was cracking up. I go to the stores, the shelves are packed. They say we're going to have shortages in October. I just think they're going to raise the shit out of the prices. That's all. We got Vigo, one of my biggest fans in the house. She's always here. And she says hello to Mimsy. So I'll wait till somebody jumps on and we could have a little conversation. But, let's talk about these distractions. So why is the media all of a sudden jumping on Biden like, oh, here we go. Can you hear me, Tom?
Yo, can you hear me, Pops?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Yep.
Oh, rock on. You can finally hear me. Jesus. It's been forever I've been trying to motherfucking use my phone to do this. You finally let me.
I like the last couple of shows, Mo. They're pretty good.
Oh, thank you, man. I've been trying, man. I've been putting some real effort into the new stuff I've been putting out.
Yeah, you're starting to put out. Oh, wait a minute. We got Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson is in the house. And we got Knowledge and Relationships.
Oh, what up, Knowledge? Yo, what up, Woody? How you doing, man? Been a minute since I seen you.
DJ Spin, been a while. Yeah, so DJ, I'll let you talk in 1 second. I just wanted to address this to everyone. I'm not doing a lot of live open panels anymore, 1 or 2 a month. I'm going to be putting more content on. I got too stressed out going on a couple of these stupid open panels. It was like I was in a room with a bunch of washwomen, so I got all stressed out, and I was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. It's too stressful to deal with all these, a lot of these open panels, they're just drama,
Yeah, that's why I use Discord. You get to practice with guys. You run into a lot of really intelligent people to get to practice and work on your stuff. You know what I mean? And hammer out your points better, so you can when you do your live streams, you know what you're gonna say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I kind of say, Tom, like your life, even your life, you always try to bring something to the table, right? A little knowledge.
Yeah,
And you'll have an open panel. I see so many live streams. They don't talk about anything worthwhile. They're just on there yelling at each other, complaining about the same exact thing over. There's still people talking about the election. It's old news, man. The shit's a year old already. Let's move on. Let's get to something else.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah, But I was cracking up with the food shortage video you made. I loved it.
I've been trying to put in I've been trying to put in some work, like some actual real work. Yo, what up, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. I told Mr. Best in the World, if my show ever blows up, he's going to be the guy that introduces me. Like,
Yo.
Have a show, somebody introduces people. Him and DJ, man, they're the best.
Thank you.
Yo, what up, Mike?
DJ Eddie.
Yo, what up, dog?
How you living, my brother?
I'm all right.
Work.
Yeah, so, the show's basically, let's talk about, like, what do you guys think of the big distractions right now? I mean, this Will Smith thing was, like, ridiculously stupid. Everybody jumped all over it. Everybody's been talking about it for 3 days. It's like, come on now. One slap in the face, man, and you make headlines. Tom, you got to come to my house and slap me so we can go viral.
Yeah, like, the thing is it happened, like, on a public forum, like, way outside of the norm. And, like, I don't know, like, did you watch my video on Will Smith?
Oh, yeah. Did you see the way it was such a setup?
No, all right, here's the thing, though, right?
He leans over and he tucks his chin in, like, he knew he was getting slapped.
Yo, yeah, because, like, he thought it was a bit. Right? Yeah. Like, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to ad-lib it, we'll roll with it, because Chris Rock, he comes from In Living Color, Mad TV, SNL, so he's used to going on the fly with this type of stuff, where guys just ad-lib or whatever. He's been doing that forever. He used to be on Def Jam, or Def Comedy Jam, and so, like, when he ended up standing here, and had Will Smith come up, he was expecting him, like, to do something stupid or whatever it was, right? And then he was going to, take it, and then it was going to be a big joke or whatever it is, right? And, like, afterwards, when Will, like, really was like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, like, you found out that he wasn't joking with him. You know what I mean? And, like, I think he got a little scared because he didn't know what Will was going to do next. It's like, really, like, what he should have said was, like, you should keep your wife's mouth off them dudes' dicks. You know what I mean?
But I just didn't get it. Like, Will Smith looked all happy, right? They show you right before he's laughing at the joke. And then he turns around and looks at his wife, and she gives him, like, a dirty look. And then he gets up. He walks over, whacks him, then gets back, and he's super angry now. How do you go from cracking up to super angry in, like, 10 seconds?
Yo, the same way we did it as dads. How many times did Mike do something that was completely adorable as a kid, but you knew it was way wrong, and then you had to punish him for it?
No, I get it, but I just think that was a total staged event. I don't believe that really happened. I mean, I don't know. It's really wild. I mean, to think about Chris Rock would just sit there and take it.
But
yo, not like, yo, go ahead, Mike. I'm going to go grab his paperwork.
Like, yo, at the end of the day, bro, these people have so much fucking money, they're not gonna go out and just start slapping people and risk losing all their fucking money.
Like, if I was Chris Rock, I would have fell to the ground and just laid there, waiting for an ambulance to come pick me up on the awards.
Yo, they know each other. That shit was fucking pre-agreed upon to make fucking drama.
They even showed the slap. It was with 2 fingers.
They were talking to fucking, what was his name, bro? The Tyler Perry or some shit. They were having a fucking sit down. It's all bullshit. I'm telling you, this is just like a marketing scheme. They're about to come out with a movie, bro. It's gonna be fucking Will Smith and fucking, you know what I mean?
Rock.
Yeah, they're gonna be
they
fucking
like hate each other or something in the movie. Like,
yeah, like, come on, son. Like, at the end of the day, like, you don't just go and smack a motherfucker in the middle of the Oscars. Like,
unless you're Donald Trump.
Look, at the end of the day, bro, if he was really pissed off, right? Like, any man, even me, you know, you could say some crazy off-the-wall shit in public, like on a TV show, and I'm just going to give you a look like, yo, you're going to fucking catch it. And as soon as that show's over, I'm going to fucking tune you up in the dressing room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for him to do that on the show, he
He
had to
wanted
either be high out of his fucking mind, Bruce, Will Smith. He had to be like really like on some kind of crazy shit, like something that was making him come down. Like,
Yeah, but yo, if he was really on some crazy shit, he would have fucked him up. He wouldn't have just slapped
Yeah.
him and walked away. Like,
that's true.
Well, like, I think, he's on testosterone, right?
Yeah,
like the
that-
guys out here, you know what I mean? He's on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could be on that shit. You're right, working out, and you see how big he
Yeah.
looks. I mean,
He's an old actor. Remember, guy's got to be shit. He was in his 20s back in his 90s, so he's got to be in his 50s at least by now.
well, let's
Right.
check it out. Let's see. Yeah, he's got to be. I would say he's about 50 at least.
I just think this was a big
He's
fucking like.
53.
I
Yeah,
think this is a big fucking show that they're trying to be like, like trying to make Will Smith like he's a real fucking dude or some shit. I don't know. I think he's a pussy in all off the jump.
I'll tell you
but like
one
if you
thing.
watch my video, like he's married to a female who's in love with Tupac, who's dead, right? And has
Oh
been
yeah,
getting
she's in
piped
love
down,
with him.
and she's been getting piped down by like R&B singers and shit in their like 20s,
Yeah.
right? And like she's been taking, like she took Will Smith on that Red Table Talk, you know what I mean? Where like she sat there and talked about the girth and the like length of his love and all this type of shit. You know what I mean?
I
And
know
how
what it
good
is.
he made her feel.
But look at the distraction they did. People
Yo,
have
I
been
figured
talking
it out,
about
bro.
this for 3 days now.
You ready? I figured it out. Will Smith was
What?
looking like a bitch after they had him crying on the fucking show, so he had to do something in public to make himself look like a man again. And this is what he did.
Yeah. And on top of
Bro.
that, his son has been like dressing up in dresses, and everybody's been questioning like the whole
Yeah.
family's like, you know what I mean, like manhood and the whole nine. You know what I mean?
I didn't watch the show, but did he get the award before he slapped Chris Rock, or he took the award
After.
after?
After.
Yeah. So what are you talking about, Mike? You're saying he acted tough because he was crying. No, he was crying
No,
after
he
he
was-
slapped.
No,
He
no.
was crying on TV when his wife told him on live TV that she's fucking some other dude and she's in love with him and shit. And he
Oh.
started crying like a bitch. So now he had to look
Yeah.
like a man.
I don't know if I got Will Smith's money and my girl's cheating on me. Like I'm moving on. I'm gonna have like Playboy Bunny Ranch in my
You know
house.
what he should have did? He should have slapped this bitch on TV and left Chris Rock alone.
He should have just got rid of it and came on that show with a real smoking bitch.
Well, have you ever heard of like the entanglement? Pops?
The entanglement.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So like
A
in
movie?
pop culture, no. Like in pop culture, like what Jada said, instead of saying she was fucking some dude, she was caught up in an entanglement, right? And they went viral. Like all of a sudden, everybody on the streets was talking about entanglements, and Will Smith caught all the smoke, right? Like everybody was just talking about how his wife got entangled, and how her fucking August Alsina's dick was entangled in the motherfucking pussy. It was crazy, right? Like he was catching all the smoke for years, right?
I
And then
heard
on
they
top of
have
that,
an
like.
open marriage though.
No, like because have you heard anything about Will Smith fucking around?
I don't know. It sounds like his wife puts one of those like fucking cages on his dick and she like fucks somebody else in front of him. What do you call it?
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, like that
That
cuckold shit. Like, yeah, they called him a cuck, right? Everybody's been calling him a cuck for years. So like he has to like at any given point to stand up and do what he has to do. You know what I mean?
And
Right.
Yep.
And like his son his son just got called out, or his son like got caught fucking like telling Tyler the Creator that like that was like his boyfriend and all this other shit, right? He was putting on dresses saying like he's trans and all this shit. So like the black community, you know what I mean, is all looking at fucking Will like, the fuck is you doing, homie? You know what I mean?
We got Mimsy Mims selling the if you look at the hood she got on. Mike, maybe you can explain what that hood is.
Yo, we got EMF Torah compliant, hoods for sale, bro. Holla at your boy. They protect you from, what I'm saying, microwaves and the devil.
Yep. And you look like kind of a Smurf in them. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's what it is, right? You know what I mean? So that's why like I think it's 100% real. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you though, I think a lot of actors something's going on in Hollywood. A lot of actors are going to start stepping down soon. Look at this Bruce Willis thing. That he's saying he has a brain disorder. Yeah, hold on, let me pull this shit up. This stuff is like getting a little crazy. Share screen. Hold on. All right, so they're saying Will Smith stepping away from his acting career following a brain disorder diagnosis. Shit, I got a brain disorder diagnosis myself. I ain't stepping away. I mean, I don't really believe this guy has got a brain disorder, but he is old. He could be just coming down with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's like, yo, look, again, you're going to have a lot of actors stepping back because, like, remember, the majority of, like, actors that we think of, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold, Schwarzenegger,
Yeah, they're in the
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone is like in his 70s.
Yeah, like Robert De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, fucking, even Tom Cruise is in his fucking 60s. All these dudes are boomers, right? So, like, they're all going to go away.
Yeah, like Bruce Willis is 67 right now. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
So he could
How
be
long do you
coming
want him
down
to
with
work?
Alzheimer's.
How long
this
do you
the
want
best
him to
in
work?
the world. There he is. I lost you. What happened?
Yeah. Like, how long do you want him to work?
My bad,
Yep.
struggle streaming.
That's okay. But I think some of them, I honestly think, I'm just a conspiracy guy. I think some of them are getting arrested, and this is all cover-up bullshit. That's how
I just think
crazy
they're old. Like, I think
I
every,
think
like,
they are old.
like, all this inflation in our economy, a lot of it is driven by the fact that the boomers are all retired. Like, the majority of the boomers by the end of this year will be retired. Right?
I'm at the cusp of the boomers. I'm like at that borderline. I'm 64,
Yeah.
1964. So what's after 1964? What's that generation?
Gen X.
Yeah, I'm like more of I think I'm a Gen X than I am a boomer.
Yeah, I'm like in between Gen X and millennial. I'm 83, right? So I'm like on the cusp between the two of them. Like, I grew up without computers, so like the whole millennial thing kind of don't really apply to me. But like, I only had 6 years working before like the fucking financial crisis hit. So like, and on top of that, 9/11 hit as soon as I became an adult. The year I turned 18. So I mean, like it's again, like it's remember all the boomers are retiring. And the Gen X can't take over because they're a smaller generation, and then the millennials' workforce participation is really low because of like how many of them are just fucked, right? So like everything's kind of like it's gonna cost a lot of money to like get people to do anything, and this happens more over the rest of the world because they had less kids than we did. Like the boomers, like the rest of the world didn't have like echo generations, is what they call them. You know what I mean? Which is the next generation afterwards. You know what I mean?
Did you see the new association that got out there now? It's called Stop Having Kids. And they're out there, really like going at it, like putting billboards all over the place, telling people to stop having kids. That's a little demonic if you ask me. I mean, that's what the devil wants, right? He don't want you to have children.
Well, they've been pushing this in school for fucking 40 years now.
Don't have kids. I mean, come on now.
Like, remember when you were in school, they were worried about overpopulation and like, you know what I mean? Like everybody was like gonna end up starving to death and all that type of shit because like there wasn't enough resources to go around for all the kids that, you know what I mean, were fucking made back in the day or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but like now it's the opposite. It's like we don't have enough kids to continue our society.
Yeah. Look at it. Look at this picture. I gotta like save this and blow it up. That's how crazy this picture is. So they're trying to say this shit's going down. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to it.
That looks like it's been there for 100 years, bro.
I'm gonna come back to that picture. I'm gonna blow it up. Hold on. Because
what is it?
This I'm gonna
Some
show you in a
broken
moment.
shit.
I gotta see where it went. There we go.
It's like a broken crane tank.
Yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, I tried saving it. It didn't save for some reason. Let me see. Save image. All right, here we go. I want to blow it up just to kind of go look at it. You got to look at this. This is like, are we retarded? Did I really think that we're that stupid? I mean, it's getting down to it. I mean, look at it. All right, here, I got it. I blew it up a little bit. And let's see. Ready? I'm gonna show you this. So I mean, this is the insults that they throw at us every day. So here's this tank, right? Look at this one up here, the green one. You're telling me a tank rolled up a mountain, rolled up like a driveway ramp and started what? Shooting at buildings? What do they need? A higher angle? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this tank looks like it's from World War II. And what tank drives up a ramp?
All right. First off, the Russians are using World War II tanks. They're still running the T-34s.
Yeah, they want to get rid of them.
No. They don't have domestic. They haven't had domestic production in a long time. USSR.
This shit.
Yeah. All right.
This
So like, here's the thing. The majority of the shit coming out of Ukraine is garbage. Right? Yeah. Literally, they tried to push out like footage of a video game as being a real dogfight here recently. Like the Ghost of Ukraine. You know what I mean? The Ghost of Kiev guy. Right? It was Sam Hyde. Game.
Yeah.
No. It was Sam Hyde, right?
Oh,
like
okay.
Fucking, that was the internet art. So like Sam Hyde was, it's an internet troll for every time something happens. 4chan hops on and like puts on a picture of like the fucking shooter as being Sam Hyde, and then some stupid fucking reporter or like some dumb person doesn't vet it and puts it out on like Twitter or on the news, and they do the same thing with that, right? And Sam Hyde's a YouTube comedian. Right, who like everybody kind of just uses as a meme to make fun of the news not checking their shit. Right, yeah. So like a lot of this information is complete and utter dog shit. But I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I gotta go fucking hook up to the trailer.
I got you. So are you there, Mr. Best?
Yeah, I'm here, family. I'm here. Give me one moment. Hold on.
Nah, don't worry. I just didn't know if you were still here. So how's it been going with your show lately? Good.
Yeah, man. You know, we got a lot of stuff rolling out for non-general relationships. We got a lot of stuff rolling out.
Make sure you drop your link in the chat.
Well, most definitely, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
it's
when it comes to politics,
one day. Go ahead.
Oh, God, I'm listening.
No, I was listening to you. Go.
Oh yeah, I mean, when it comes to politics or distraction, I think it's just something that we just have to expect. You know what I'm saying? I think that you know, it's good to just always do your research. You know what I mean? Because you never know what somebody's telling you is correct. You know what I mean? Because they're just going to give you information that they believe that you should have. So all the information that we get a lot of times is filtered anyways, tampered with. You know what I mean? Including the books that we read. So the books that we read, what we see on TV, everything's tampered with. So we have to understand it. So the truth that you're getting is not the actual truth. You have to really, you know, do your research, especially if you feel like there's gaps in the story, if you feel like there's things that's missing, if you feel like something doesn't make sense. You know, a good teacher might always tell me question everything. You know
Yo, that's 100%, bro.
Yeah, if you don't question everything, 100% man,
on point.
You're gonna wind up behind the 8 ball, because the thing is that other people, the way that they get the information and the way they really find out facts, that they do their research. You know what I'm saying? They take the time, especially if it's something that you believe in, or you believe is correct, or that's something that you want to base your life upon. Then yeah, you have to do the research. There's no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I think also, you know, I think in life you have to. I believe with life, man, you got to make time to really enjoy it, have fun. You know what I mean? Really create some great experiences with you and the ones that you love, and let everything else be everything else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, as they say, you want to control things you can control, you know, and the things that you can't control, you know what I'm saying? Then, hey, man, you just gotta, you know, just gotta let it be. You know what I mean? So I try not to overthink stuff, man. Like, you know, because if I can't get the answer to it, then I'm like, shit. Well, it is what it is.
It's kind of true, because even when you do your research, a lot of it, I mean, let's face it, where are you going to get your research? Google. And Google's only going to let you see what Google wants you to see. I mean, up to a point. I mean, you could go digging deep and find shit, but you may have to go to like the 5th page of that subject to find the one article that really is different than the rest. So,
and yo, I'm telling you,
find the truth. Even the go ahead, Mike.
Bro, I'm telling you, Google is fucking with people, and not only like I'm saying straight up, Google's been fucking with me. Like, I'll be going to research shit and I can't find the information. Then I switch what I believe, and then Google gives me that information. It's like they want to fuck with you and they constantly want to keep you changing your mind about shit. They don't want you to settle on no fucking opinions. They just want to give you the truth, then they give you the lies, then the truth again, and you don't know what the fuck to believe now. It's just chaos.
Well, you know, a lot of the history, you know, a lot of libraries got burnt down, you know, in Rome, in Egypt. There was a reason why they did that. It wasn't, they burnt those things down because they were hiding knowledge from us. They knew in the future that we would have that knowledge, and they didn't want us to have it. So that's why they burnt this shit down. Nobody burns a library down that has all the knowledge of the world in it for no reason.
Alexandria. Yeah, that was a shame.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I believe probably a lot of times they took a lot of the stuff out of it and they hid it, and then they burnt it. You know, I mean, like in Rome.
That's an actual fact. There's historical records that show a lot of it was moved to the Vatican, and then a lot of it was split between certain kings. Mike, to answer your question, Google is a database that where we put in our opinions of information. It's an opinion-based server that you will not find absolute facts on Google.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say, Exile. What I'm saying is when you're searching for shit, right? Right? When you're searching for something, it'll give you essentially what you're looking for, right? Even if it's not true.
Yeah, with like 4 different opinions on what the information really says, though.
Yeah, and so
Well,
you
you know,
cannot obtain...
it aggregates information, right? So like there might be like 15 or 16 or 20 or 30 different things or a million different things linked to the same information, right? So like it's going to give you different opinions based on who the hell like put the information out. Google doesn't actually like put the information out themselves.
No, but they
Exactly.
select whose information you get to.
Now they will prioritize listings.
Yeah, they prioritize what they want you to see, and then they stick all the good shit in the back.
And they basically statistically base that on whose opinions are swaying more in that direction, and that's what you'll get at the top of that search engine.
Well, actually, there's two different things that they'll put at the top of the search engine. One is individuals who have more hits that generate more revenue for Google through ads, right? And the second one is they'll stand here and actually like have individuals pay Google for top search results. Now, I mean, on the hits, because people are allowed to buy things on AdSense, like keywords, right? And if you pay more money for that keyword on a bidding process, then like you'll be listed first.
So Outnumbered had a question, Tom. He says, why were we never taught about giant bones in North America? No, we were taught natives were the first here, and we stole it.
And the natives tried to tell us about the giants. The thing is, the Smithsonian, everywhere those were found by archaeologists, hurry up, swooped in, and fucking hid all that shit from us.
This is true.
Well, if you want to hear like about a real conspiracy, like I have one for you, Pops.
Go ahead.
All right, so you ever heard the Maidan?
The what?
The Maidan.
How do you spell it? I can't hear. You're breaking up a little. Maidan?
He said the Maidan.
Maidan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so in Kiev, there's this like area. It's like a little like fucking complex called the Maidan. It's like a government area.
Hey,
where
can you do us a favor? Hey, hold on, because you're real choppy. Can you go into the settings, click on audio, and then click the check mark off of echo cancellation, and then put the check mark back on it? See if it fixes your audio.
No,
it's really
choppy. I cannot. Right. So like, I'm gonna go in and out a little bit. I'm gonna go in and out a little bit. So I'm gonna try and explain this the best way I can. Right. So the Maidan is an area inside of Kiev, right, where individuals were protesting back in 2013, 2014, right? And the CIA hired snipers, right, to go in and shoot into the motherfucking protest to kill individuals, right? And then they blamed the whole thing on Russia and turned motherfucking Ukrainians' opinion completely against Russia by saying that they killed their own civilians for motherfucking speaking out against them. And that's the reason why we are where we are today.
Gotcha. Well, I think we are where we are today is because I truthfully believe, Papa poo his pants, Mr. Make-Believe President, and the rest of those Democrat, communist people, I think they want to just destroy the West. They really want to destroy this country. Whether they succeed or not, they're trying.
I don't think they're trying to destroy this country. They're trying to make it more livable for all fucking management corporate types.
Well, I think they're trying to destroy it, in my opinion. That's just my theory.
Right. I mean, like, 'cause that's what, like, this is why, like, Russia and all these other countries have a major problem with the U.S. is the fact that they're continuing to spread these corporate principles to protect capitalism across the motherfucking world.
We got Mindy in the house. Thank you, Mindy, for showing up. And Knowledge
Got
of
Mindy.
Relationships is here again. All righty. Go ahead, Tom. Don't mind me.
Right. Yeah, I'm saying, like, that's literally, like, why, like, a lot of the things that are happening around the world is happening is because the U.S. wouldn't let order with things like NATO, right? Or literally not an expansionary motherfucking, like, policy as far as, like, protection and arms is concerned. It's a policy to protect capitalism across the motherfucking world, right? So, and it's like, it's liberal capitalism. Basically, the principle is like, you can go anywhere you want to and live the same way as you're going to live in New York or San Francisco or L.A.,
Right.
right?
Well, that's
And that's
maybe
what
what
they
they're
want.
trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, therefore, you can have all the sexual freedoms, all of the motherfucking, like, you know what I mean, economic freedoms, all of the motherfucking shit that you want, you know what I mean, transgenderism, all the bullshit that comes with it. You know what I mean? And that's
I
kind of
don't
where
know.
we are.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but I personally still believe, I mean, the damage Biden has done to this country in a year is ridiculous. I mean, in 1 year, he flipped the whole country upside down. We're paying more than double for our gasoline now. Our food prices are through the roof.
I got a different theory from everybody else, just from sheer observation. I think that they're trying to make America the new corporate hub for industrialization. That's the reason for the push in prices. That's the reason for the war and the break-in treaties where a lot of our industrial things come from. So we can in-house everything. It's been a discussion for over 15, maybe 20 years now.
Well, I think we're going to have no choice to in-house a lot. And, you know, we need jobs, so it ain't a bad thing.
Well, like, so the problem is as I said earlier, is like the rest of the world didn't have any children, right? So, like, when it comes down to it, the cost of, like, doing business overseas, like, the cost of labor right now in China is higher than it is in Mexico, right? So, in that being a fucking fact, I mean, they don't have any choice but to manufacture here anymore. Like,
Well,
it is what it is.
They said India is starting to pick up big time now because of all this shit. They're producing a lot more wheat, a lot more steel. They say India right now is becoming the new China.
Yeah, but, like, India has another problem, right? Where, like, what China did is they went economically liberal, where, like, you know, they let the females have freedom. You know what I'm saying? They put everybody into these fucking metropolises, right? Build up all these cities and this infrastructure. India's not doing that. They're not building up the infrastructure. They're keeping their females the fucking home and maintaining their culture. So therefore, they're not allowed to join the liberal order.
Right, but they say they're doing very, like, they're picking up a lot of the slack that from, you know, with the wheat and all this stuff with the food shortages. That's what they claim anyway.
Yeah. Well, like, the thing is that, like, the amount of wheat and shit, I mean, that we're gonna be missing, which is around, like, probably 10%. American farmers are gonna pick up a lot of that because, like, Americans are paid not to farm quite a bit, right? That's the only reason they do that is to try and keep the prices up, right, on the market. So, like, farmers can get paid. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Did
a
you
basic
see
principle.
the prices though in the supermarket recently? I went to Walmart. Apples were like almost $5 a pound.
Yeah, have you ever heard of MMT?
I mean, that's crazy.
Have you ever heard of modern monetary theory?
No.
It's really interesting, right? So, like,
Make it
basically,
short.
all right. So basically, it's a principle like when you have an economic system where you put the money matters, right? Like if me and you each have $10, right? And I
Right.
take $1 trillion and I print it off into a box, right? All of the money in circulation is still only $20 because that money's in a box and we can't touch it, right?
Correct.
The same thing happens when, like, they give money to the big banks, right? That money never chases, like, apples or bread or meat or potatoes because, like, the banks aren't buying that shit,
Right.
right? Because of the fact that we gave a lot of money to normal people, and on top of that, now all that money's coming out of these 401ks for the retirement of these boomers that we've been printing into the larger banks, right? Everything's all fucked up, and the fucking inflation is rising.
Well, they're gonna print another $3 trillion. They saying.
Hey,
That's
Pops, I have a
fine. It
question.
doesn't.
What was
It
that?
doesn't matter. But
What was that?
I got a question. I mean, you said it's kind of an open topic, right? So I just want to ask.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
And I probably know you probably do. I'm just guessing because you're a New Yorker like myself. Do you watch baseball?
I used to.
You used to. Okay.
Not no more.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Why? I follow a little bit though. Why? You were gonna ask me something about what's going on?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Do you think that the Yankees and Mets will meet in the World Series this year? Since they both have both good teams.
I don't think so, to be honest. I mean, I could see them both making the playoffs, but for them to end up in the Subway Series, that's wishful thinking if you're a New Yorker. But
Huge wishful thinking.
I'm still going with the Yankees.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but no, I follow. I mean, I'll look at clips and stuff, but I don't watch sports anymore. Very little bit, because I just feel the athletes today aren't the same. They're all prima donnas, and I need to have look at an athlete like a hero, not like some kind of political figure.
wasn't it the same back in your day? Didn't you have like Ted Williams and I mean fucking? I'm gonna say Babe Ruth,
man. Ted
Now,
Williams,
Ted
I ain't that
Williams,
old.
good lord, yeah, you taking it back, bro.
I go back to maybe Tom Seaver. You know
Well, I mean, like, you
Nolan
had,
Ryan.
like-
I mean, guys like that.
Yeah, you came up in the '80s with like Jose Canseco and fucking Ken Griffey Jr.
What was Jose
I'm trying-
Canseco doing? Shooting steroids and going with 100,000 women. That's what he was doing.
They were all
He
prima
wasn't out
donnas
there
back in the day.
going. He wasn't out there talking about politics.
Well,
I
you know,
caught-
politics.
Listen, they caught Mark Gastineau getting a blowjob in the car in my precinct. Remember Mark Gastineau?
I remember him.
And supposedly, they caught Eddie Murphy with a tranny.
Yeah.
And he said he was doing research for his new movie. What new movie?
Yeah, it wasn't no
And
Chicago,
he
it was
knocked
Chicago.
off-
Coming to America with a tranny? What was his new movie?
He's coming to America. Yo, but like, yo, he knocked up that Black Spice Girl and shit.
Oh, yeah, the Spice Girl?
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he knocked up the black one.
You see his wife, Eddie Murphy's wife?
No, I don't think he's married anymore.
Well, she's pretty good looking, his ex-wife then.
Yeah.
So Al Numbers said, Will Smith is my hero.
Oh wow.
All right, I'm out of here, Pop, so I can join the old lady stream.
Yeah, I know. I see she went on. I already posted mine. I didn't know she was having one.
No, you're good. It was a last minute thing she did, but I gotta be over there to support her.
Yeah, I put my I stopped by there already. I put my like up for her.
Yeah, hers was the last minute thing. She was talking to a friend on the phone, and they
You
wanted
better
to
go
go
there
live with a
because-
subject.
You know, you got to live with her.
Yep. Catch you later, Pops.
All right, Exile. Thank you for coming.
Everyone have a good day. Have a good stream.
Be good, dog.
Yo, Jammer, how did you get to Tony Bruner's channel? Laugh out loud. Who are you talking to? Jammer. Who's Jammer? Oh, Lord. Mindy makes me laugh. Oh, Lord. But Mr. Best in the World, what else is up, man?
Man, nothing else. I mean, this is actually an off day
so-
for me.
Oh, all right. You're just so nice and calm and collected.
Yeah, man. I try to keep it easy, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
For
look at this.
numerous reasons.
Look at this Hunter Biden shit now. After 2 years, they're finally bringing it out. Like, who cares now? Like,
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
I think it was me personally. This is just a theory. I think the order was placed, telling Biden you're going to have to step down soon. I think they told him he's got to go. He's probably going to leave like under some medical condition and say he has to retire. And I guess Kamala's going to be the president.
No, that's been
I
the plan.
think,
They
yo,
want a woman
I called
president
this. I called this when he was running. I said year 3, right? I think he's gonna die, right? And then like motherfucking Kamala's gonna be like running on his death.
He may be dead already. Maybe they're holding him up like Weekend at Bernie's, you know, like they bring him
I
to the
believe it.
thing.
I believe it. I would believe it.
Yo,
100%.
that movie, that's the movie right there, man. You taking it back, pops? Damn,
Yeah, remember that movie? That movie was hilarious.
man.
Weekend at Bernie's. You ever see that, Tommy?
Man, I'll be honest, that was before my time. I don't think I've ever actually watched that the whole way through. I saw clips of it and shit.
But you know what it's about, right? The guy dies.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
believe he's alive, and they're carrying him and shit.
Yo,
Pretty
what if
funny.
Biden already died and the current Biden is a fucking robot?
Or maybe it's just
Yeah,
like, maybe it's
That
just
is a
like
really bad
person
robot.
with a mask on his face. You know, like you ever see Mission Impossible? How he had a mask on and he was somebody else and he ripped it off.
Yo, it's a
You
You think he's
robot
gonna
that runs
Scooby Doo
on
these motherfuckers?
Maybe
You
he's
think he's gonna
maybe
like? He's
maybe
gonna
that's James
he's gonna
Wood
rip
with
his
a
mask
on.
off. He's gonna rip his mask off and go like whole time it was motherfucking John Kerry, right? He goes, I would have gotten away with it too. If it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Yep.
Yo,
They actually said it was either Jim Carrey or James Woods.
Bro, he's a biological robot that runs on ice cream, all right?
Damn.
Now look, you the one that gave up on our cartoon, all right? We had all these plot lines that could have took this down. Yo, you motherfucking gave up on the damn cartoon. So many great things we could have done.
Yo, there was
Jesus
great
fucking
things.
Christ.
It was great things. I
Yeah,
had some internal conflicts with the.
even
with
Mindy
the thing,
agrees
you know
with
what I'm saying?
There's so much old news now they're bringing up. I don't know why. Are you trying to appease us now? Like, you already screwed us. So are we supposed to say, oh, they're really not. They're really good people. Look, they're going after Biden, the media. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Like, the media is the biggest clown act in the world in this country.
Always has been though.
Yeah, it always has been is correct, but they just did it a lot better years ago. Now they're like outright just telling you whatever the hell they want. They don't care. Like, at least
But we
they
didn't have
lied good
access.
back then.
We didn't have access to check is the issue.
There you go. That's true. We didn't have access to check all their bullshit. Could you imagine all the shit that they lied to us about if we had access to check it out? Woo!
Yeah. Could you imagine if fucking like Google was around during the Gulf of Tonkin?
Wow.
Right? Imagine if we could have talked with Vietnamese people.
I'm really wondering what shit they've really been lying about. Like, how deep does it go? Like, did they lie about Hitler? Like, was it really Hitler? He wasn't as bad as they make him sound? Like, it's all bullshit?
Don't go down that rabbit hole. It's not a winning one.
No,
Yo,
it ain't.
even
But,
if
like,
you're right,
think
even
about
if you're
all
right,
this
it's a
shit.
lot.
I know, but think about all this
Yo.
shit, like, that I've been lying about.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this
Like
propaganda.
my boy
I got to run out, pops.
my
man.
boy
Yo, Mr. Best, thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate you. And
Everybody subscribe so you
listen,
can't
we
say
got to
pop.
work on. I want to do one introduction, and put it on my I want you to do an introduction for me. I'm going to use it on my show.
Okay, I'm leaving you my business number right now in the back.
Yeah, I remember when you did that one. I came on. You were like, and it's the OG from Brooklyn. And I was like, I was cracking up. I was like, I love this guy.
Let me see. Is that the right number?
Yeah,
Yep, that's me.
I got
Alrighty.
you.
Yeah,
I
hit me up.
appreciate you though. All right,
Most definitely. Much love, y'all. Later.
bye bye.
Peace, right? So my boy Curtis Yarvin, right? He has a saying, and it's when historians go back and look at the 20th century, right, from 1900 to 2000, they're
Right.
gonna have absolutely no fucking idea what's going on because all of it's propaganda. The entirety of the history is just all propaganda.
It is. That's the scariest shit, though. Like, when you think about it, how much shit were we lied about to? Like,
Yeah.
they could really flip this fucking world upside down if they told us the truth.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, some of it is the truth, but some of it's bullshit. And, like, separating that out is the important part. You can't go the whole way one way or the other. You know what I mean? You can't go, like, the whole way. They said there's no aliens, so there's aliens. You know what I mean? They said the earth is round, so the earth is round. Or the earth is flat. Like, you can't, like, go, like, the whole way with it. You have to, like sort out the motherfucking, like, the bullshit from the motherfucking, you know what I mean, manure. You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's the hardest part.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, I believe none of what I hear and half of what I see, right? And then I apply my shit to it. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, bro.
like the moon landing. Man, the more you look at that moon landing, the more you know it's fake. I mean, it's just
Either
so
way,
fake.
well, here's the crazy thing. That's not even the part that's the worst about it, right? Like, all right, so when you think about it, even if we did go to the moon, the reason we haven't been back is because the Nazi scientists are all dead. The only reason we got there was because of Nazis.
Yeah, I know. You with the we lost the technology thing you're telling me. I don't believe that, but
No. I mean, like, there's no one smart enough now to do what they did back then because the Nazis were smarter than we are today.
yeah, well, how is that possible?
Well,
Does
all right,
that
so
make any logical sense to you that you're saying
does.
they were smarter then, 80 years later, we can't catch up to them guys? Come on, man. You know.
Well,
that's
yeah,
a
and I'm
little-
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because, like, even if they did do it, right?
yeah.
What they did is they basically strapped fucking pilots in a tin can to a fucking giant missile and shot it at a rock, right? And that's
Yeah.
all they really did, right? So the problem is today is like you've added on these other constraints. Like if you asked Henry Ford to build you a car today, he couldn't do it.
Well, in my
And the
opinion,
reason why,
Mhm.
yeah, the reason why is because like all the shit we've added to make sure that like cars are safe.
I know what you're saying. They can't do the stuff that they did then, but in my opinion, that's not the reason why. They were partners with Lucifer. That's what I believe.
Well,
They were getting
well,
some fallen
I feel
demonic technology.
like I understand the mental, right? But like the reality is like we've added so much fucking shit to our fucking plate that it's like we strapped this giant rock to our fucking backs, and now we can barely walk. And that's really where we are. It's like it's like Bethlehem Steel. Bethlehem Steel was an amazing company, right? But it folded because like they had promised pensions to all these people, and later on, like instead of paying them so that they could save for themselves, they gave them pensions, right? And then the whole company collapsed when the pensions came due, and that's where we are today.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But that's not that's not a distraction. That's just reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But that's like the whole reality. That's what everything is, right? Everything's a distraction away from the reality of we're all fucked because capitalism's over.
Well, the reality is a lot of countries are broke because the pensions and all that stuff did drain them. Italy, all these countries, they're getting drained. The only countries that are doing well are the new countries that their pensions haven't kicked in yet because they started, doing pensions only like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, or they don't do them at all, right? And even then, those countries aren't doing so well, right?
Like Scandinavian countries.
Do you know what the fastest aging country in the world is right now?
The fastest aging?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, aging country? I don't know. I mean, England got to be up there.
No, it's Brazil.
Brazil? Yeah, Brazil's been around for a long time too.
No, aging, right? Because like literally, they're going to get old long before they get rich, right? And they pack all their citizens into fucking cities, right? So like now they haven't had kids in 20 fucking years, right? And everything's coming due. It's like this all over the world where like these countries are going from being like manufacturing and like fucking consumption hubs to being like strictly export led because they can't consume anything because they have no young people. And they don't have any fucking kids. And then they can't pay for their shit. Like the entirety of capitalism and socialism is disappearing right now. It's all a distraction away from that. Everything is.
Yeah, if you got more people alive paying taxes than you get paying out, let's say in Social Security, you're okay. But when you have more people collecting Social Security than people are actually paying into it, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, like
Social Security when it started is in right now.
Yeah, Social Security when it started, it had like 25 people for everyone collecting. We're down to like 1.8.
Right.
Right. So like we're in this terrible situation. But like here's the crazy thing. Like when they start talking about food shortages and all this type of shit, it's a distraction from them wanting to bring in more immigrants from Africa because they're like, oh, they're going to starve. Yo, man, this is what I'm saying. Like, the whole thing's a fucking distraction. Everything is. Right? Because they don't want to talk about the real problem. They don't want to talk about what they caused. They don't want to talk about what they did because they haven't adjusted their opinions. They haven't, like, and they've all been taught, like, most of your news anchors that you see on, like, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're all in their 50s and 60s. They were educated back in the 70s and 80s. They have no idea about what the fuck's going on today. And even today, the teachers have no idea because they haven't had any updated information because they all talk to other teachers and other academics and other college professionals, right? So, like, everybody's stuck in these little bubbles. It's like state workers.
Even the medical field is stuck in bubbles.
Yeah. Everybody talks to themselves and nobody's talking to people who actually know shit. So they're not getting any new info.
This is true.
Right? And so, like, when I stand here and I go, yo, people are dumb, they're not evil, this is what I'm saying. Like, nobody knows anything because nobody's taught, like, the lines aren't fucking connecting. They're all, like,
Well,
you know what I mean, fucking, like, in their own little pockets and shit.
I agree with you up to a point, but I still believe there's evil people, too.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Man,
there's
Rasmussen.
horrible human beings.
There he is,
Like,
man,
the guy-
Rasmussen.
Right? The guy who runs Nestle wants to own all of the world's water. Right? He's an evil guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a bad dude as a whole. You know what I mean? For corporate greed, he wants to own all of the world's water.
How
That's
crazy
bad.
is
That's evil.
that? That's super evil.
That's evil. You know what I mean? But, like, the reason why he wants to do it is the profit.
Why does he want to do it?
The profit.
How
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck could you own all the world's water?
He can't, but he would love to.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to buy up water rights all over the place.
I'm just saying, like, yo, we got a spring like right down the fucking driveway. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck are you gonna buy that?
Well, like, yo, what they do is like in California, for instance, it's illegal to collect rainwater.
No, I'm talking spring water, bro, coming out the ground.
I know it's like they'll make it illegal for you to be able to bottle that water that comes out of that spring.
Can you imagine it's illegal to get rainwater? Could you imagine that? I mean, how sick is that?
Well, yo, there's a good reason for that, though, and people don't realize that the rainwater is poison right now. So you can take it how you want it, but
Yeah, but I think you can water plants with it. There's
I mean, you
already
can,
poison
but-
going in from the
then
rain.
you're gonna eat the poison from the fucking.
But
you
you're
know
eating
what I
the
mean?
Well, the
poison
reason-
anyway when the rain's on the plant.
It's concentrated
reason-
in the rainwater.
The reason they're making it, the reason why they're saying it's illegal, right, is because like it's not about one guy with a rain barrel in his backyard. Fuck that guy, right? They're worried about like the large industrial or like large farmers and shit who are collecting it to feed to their motherfucking like pecan farms and shit. Like 1/4 of California's water goes to feeding like pistachio and pecan farms. It's fucking retarded, right? Legit for something so stupid.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mads, I'm just gonna, let me know when you want to do the show because I'm ready. Me and Mads are gonna do it. I don't know if you guys know who Mads is. He's a famous musician from back in the 90s. Yeah.
Where was he? Who was he with?
He was King Kane. That was it. If you Google it, you'll find him. King Kane.
I don't know who the hell that was, to be honest with you.
Well, it was in Europe, but he sings English. But I have
It's
this
in
video
Europe.
somewhere. I would put it on, but I can't find it. When I find
You
it, I
gotta
will.
You gotta be careful playing European music, man. Their fucking copyright shit is ridiculous over there.
Yeah, I played it a few times.
Yeah,
Hey, what do you
I got my
what
channel,
do you
like,
think
bang.
of this one? Here's a good one. Ready?
A story that will be told for 1,000 years. Let our final stand be recorded to the histories. And let it be shown that we chose to die on our feet rather than live on our knees. That we chose to die on our feet rather than live on our knees. That we chose to die on our feet rather than live on our knees.
I love that scene. What's up, Mads?
What's up? What's up?
What you
What's up?
doing?
Oh, good. I'm just out smoking a night blunt. It's late at
Yeah.
night. It's 3 o'clock almost.
Mads is in Denmark, right, Mads?
Yeah. That's totally right. Totally. You're spot on.
How does he feel about the Ukrainian war, man? All them guys over there I meet are all like, "Oh my God, Russia's coming to get us."
You can see here how I feel. That's how I feel. The Ukrainian flag.
Oh, you got a Ukrainian flag?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Listen,
No.
they sold more Ukrainian
Okay.
flags in America than they sold American flags this year.
Yeah. It's the same
crazy.
here. We got Ukrainian flags all over, so it's like kind of crazy.
And we got
Ukraine's not a real
markets.
country.
How you doing?
No.
How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing here?
Good. Ukraine was originally the Khazarians. That's who lived in Ukraine.
Yo, I just want to make a
Wait.
point that nobody was hanging in Afghanistan, a Vietnamese, or an Iraqi, or any of them
Or
flags.
Syrian, or Libyan,
Just ever.
ever.
Or a
And
Mexican.
we were putting in work in them countries, bro.
Yo, like they're like, yo, Russia's over here invading a sovereign nation. Like, the United States is over here, like, yeah, man, we did that 7 times. Don't say a fucking word about it.
Bro.
Like,
No,
yo,
when America does it, it's called a intervention. It's
They're
not
like,
called
nah.
an invasion.
Saddam
Let me
Hussein
sit you
has
down.
weapons of mass destruction, bro. They're like, we know he does. They're like, they like, we didn't find any, but fuck it, drop the bombs anyway, bro. He has them.
yo, Russia just needs to say that they're giving Ukrainians freedom, right? You know what I mean? And like, yo, it'll be just fine, legit. Like, if Russia just came out like, yo, we're bringing freedom to fucking Ukraine, right? And like, yo, United States fucking people's heads would explode. They'd have no idea what to do.
That's true.
Yo, fuck Ukraine.
I say, fuck. I'll be honest. Fuck everybody. Let's take care of America because we're
I'm
in
with that.
shit. I mean, we're upside down over here. We got to worry about everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, we
The
give
world-
$18
Whoa.
billion,
believes-
$18 billion
No,
in
it's
weapons to Ukraine. We got homeless vets sleeping on the fucking streets and under bridges.
Arnold Schwarzenegger made like this little homeless cop.
True.
show,
We,
like,
we,
uh,
but we
for
got
veterans.
that all over the world. Should we just let
No.
that be as it is?
No, America has that way worse than everywhere else.
America, though, has
No,
to start
no,
taking care of itself.
No. You know, we're 1 billion European, and I bet if you go to Milan and see the homeless situation there, you'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Even in
Why
Denmark,
don't you-
you'd be shocked.
why don't you come to come
Skid
to New
Row.
York City?
I know.
Skid Row in
I've
LA.
been there.
Have you
I've been there.
Have you
I've
been
been
to
there.
like
I've been there.
Bed-Stuy in East New York?
Mads, you've been
No,
to
I've been
Skid Row in LA?
to Skid Row in Los Angeles. That was enough. That was like 1
Yeah.
mile of
There's like
just
AIDS
homeless
needles.
people.
There's like AIDS needles on the floor.
People are in San
Yeah.
Francisco. They're shitting on the streets.
Yeah,
So many
like,
homeless.
yo,
It's like the zoo, like the freaking zoo.
yeah, legit. They just got like homeless encampments just up and down for blocks.
Do you know
Right.
what they're doing now to get rid of the garbage? Like in San Francisco, they're paying the homeless $2 a bag to pick it up.
Yep.
So now you got all these crackheads picking up 10. They're just picking up garbage anywhere and bringing it in like 10 bags. Yeah, I got $20. I go buy another crack rock now.
I go buy another dub.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're giving them money to go, and then Biden, they go into Biden headquarters, they get free pipes and needles and everything else. So
Man, listen, like, America
What a
has
country,
real
what a
problems.
country.
Like, we have real problems we need to deal with. We literally have 2% of our population's incarcerated, right? And then on top of that, we also have motherfucking, like, what is it, like, fucking 10% of our population has a fucking felony, right? And we got our own shit to deal with right now. Shit. Right? We don't have money to be dealing with goddamn Ukraine. It has nothing to do with
they
us. I don't fucking care.
Uncle
Fuck Europe.
Samson believes he thinks he has.
Yo, they want to spread the liberal world order, all right? And it's dead. Like, it needs to die. Like, fuck it. I don't really care. I don't
y'all
care
voting
if
for
we're
Trump?
liberal or not.
Are y'all
Huh?
voting for Trump? Are y'all voting for Trump?
I probably will.
Is
Probably.
he running? Did he
he's
announce
run-
he's
he-
running yet?
Yeah, he's probably running again. Yeah,
Probably. He hasn't said it yet.
he will.
I
Believe me,
think
Pops,
DeSantis
Pops.
is going to be the vice president.
I don't think
other
DeSantis is running. I think
What's
Florida wants him.
What's up with this guy Cruz? I keep hearing about.
Well,
Cruz.
DeSantis would be the first Italian president. You know that, right? He's Italian.
Hey,
Nah. Is he Italian? I thought he was Cuban.
No, he is like super Italian. He's like families from Genovese and all. Yeah, he's Italian.
Oh, from
I
the
thought he
original.
was.
I thought he was Spanish. He ain't.
I would vote for DeSantis just on him being Italian.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta have an. We never had an Italian president. We had everything else. The only thing we need an Italian woman president.
Yeah. After you guys
But
get
like-
your Italian president, I'll get a Mexican president, hopefully.
I'm down for a Mexican president. Like I like the Mexicans. They're cool people.
There's
Let the
actually
cocaine come
there's
Let the
actually
cocaine come in.
a show about like one of those president TV shows, and the guy's a Mexican and he's the president.
Yo,
I forgot the name of it.
do you guys believe the president actually has any fucking power?
We've had this discussion, Mike.
It depends.
Like, yo, I'm really certain of this. They're just electing people who like
They're puppets.
actors.
want to be in there to
Presidents are
make
puppets,
people
man.
happy and appease the fucking masses, but they don't actually have power or do anything.
Oh, Bill
Mike,
Clinton.
me and you have had this discussion. I'm the one who told you about this.
I'll be right
but
back,
like-
guys. You just keep
But
going.
like, yo, is it not true? Like every fucking like you had Trump in there, right? He didn't
All
do
these-
actually
All
fucking
these
anything.
presidents are meat puppets. That's all they are.
Biden didn't actually fucking do anything. Obama didn't actually fucking do anything. They're just
Bush-
there while
made it
the
worse.
fucking whole government did whatever the fuck they wanted to, regardless of what they said.
Bush made it worse. Clinton was banging his secretary.
No,
What
no,
was
it wasn't Clinton. It was whoever the fuck was running the country while Clinton was on TV pretending to be in charge. That's
No,
the
even,
reality.
even before Clinton, there was Bush Senior.
Bush
there
was fake.
uh,
They're all fake.
Reagan,
It's all fake.
all
It's
fake.
all, it's all fake.
The so-called war on drugs was a war on communism. They just masked it as a war on
No,
drugs.
it was never a war on drugs. They were cutting out their competition. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
had to
war
make
on
sure that-
communism. It was a war on communism.
They had to
They
make
were
sure that
pretending-
nobody could sell drugs except them.
Yeah, and then not just that, but finance and like able to the Iran Contra affair. Make sure you can do run other so-called off the record like programs and stuff like that. Pay off their own wages as well.
The Contras was in fucking Venezuela.
Nicaragua.
70.
Well, no,
79.
but still through the CIA though. Remember that?
Yeah, the CIA was running coke out of fucking Peru and shit and running it into America.
Yeah, but based
made-
also with the government as well because of the fact that the
Freeway
so-called
Ricky Ross, bro.
Gary Webb.
Freeway Ricky Ross was the one that was funneling all this shit into America for them. And he went and told
Nah,
them.
No,
it was it was Barry Seal. It was Barry Seal.
Along
but
with,
if-
with the
if you
with the
watched-
no, hold on. With the Medellin cartel with Pablo Escobar, Barry Seal, who was attached
Yeah,
to
look,
him, an attaché.
It was Barry Seal, but the fucking dude who was actually putting all this shit on the streets was
Well, the
Freeway
CIA
Ricky
was
Ross.
dropping it off.
No,
CIA was
yeah, all
dropping it
right,
off.
All right, here's the thing. So, like, Freeway Rick Ross came through with the Mexicans, right? That was the Mexican route for the motherfucking cartels, right? But, like, Barry Seal was the one who was actually bringing it in on, like, the New York and fucking East Coast
With
route, going into, like,
Colombia.
places
Remember,
like Miami.
Barry
Yeah.
Seal was with Colombia with Pablo Escobar.
And he started off with Noriega,
there was
right?
a lot
Like,
of
he
shit
started
going
off with Noriega, and then, like, fucking went to motherfucker, and then they went to Pablo Escobar and the motherfucking cartel down in Colombia. And then after motherfucking, like, Barry Seal got hit back in, like, 81, 82, they ended up bringing it up through Mexico, and that's where Freeway Rick Ross was bringing it to L.A. and Texas, and then Chicago, and then it started being run through Miami the other way with other dudes fucking, like, you know what I mean, like the Tony Montana types and the Cubans on that side.
You gotta look into it because the trial of fucking Freeway Ricky Ross, he started to bring out shit where he was connected to the fucking CIA and the Contras, bro, and they had
Yeah.
to throw shit out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but I'm saying that was through the Mexicans. It wasn't through the Colombians.
all right. So I mean, he was still connected to the same operation. He was just another branch
Yeah.
of it.
Yes. Right. So, like, the Colombians were running their coke through Mexico back in the late 70s, early 80s. Right. But, like, before that, like, during, like, the early to mid to late 70s, like, as Barry Seal was bringing it in, it was being flown straight from Colombia in motherfucking Louisiana and motherfucking Arkansas through Bill Clinton and motherfucking, you know what I mean, the Arkansas cartel and shit here in America.
Right.
Right. So it was a different thing altogether.
Muted.
But yeah.
know is in the 80s, there was so much cocaine on the street that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're not
It
wrong.
was out of control. It was like it was like getting a pack of cigarettes. Everybody,
Yeah.
I telling you, half of America was doing cocaine. Half of the adults in America were doing cocaine in the 80s, and that's why we were productive. Everybody went to work. Nobody was tired. Everybody was like, yeah, let's make more money. Let's make more money. Overtime, no problem. I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom for a moment. Yo. You seen Wolf of Wall Street? That shit is true. Everybody in the stock market were doing coke right there, right on the table. Yeah. You break it up.
I mean, it's still like that.
Oh, nah, but it ain't. The cocaine ain't as good.
No, but I mean,
This
look,
shit was like raw, man. You
Go
get a
back.
bump, you were like, oh, you were like Superman.
go back a couple of years to working capital, bro. We had my whole office, bro, having a meeting in the back room. You know what I'm saying? Doing I-95s down the table and shit.
I'll never forget. I went with my son to go get a job. He was working in this money lending place, right? Working capital. So as soon as I get there, like in 5 minutes, the owner goes, "Oh, be right back." He goes in the bathroom, and all you hear is, and he comes out. He's all like wired up. I'm like, this fucking guys—they're all crazy. That's how it is.
Yeah, we were all just smoking weed and doing rails and calling people and screaming at them.
Well, how are you gonna make? What human can make 500 phone calls a day not on some type of drug?
None.
Right.
I used to do 2,000 a day.
I'll never forget though. Cocaine is like Adderall, 100%. I went and I said, all these great poker players are all popping Adderall or doing coke. Like Daniel Negreanu, half the time he looks like he's sniffling. He's always. So I go, you know what? I'm gonna try that out. I'm going to Atlantic City. I'm gonna go in the bathroom and start doing blow in between. So I went there. I was all tootied up. I sat at the table. I was like in a zone. I was like this, looking at everybody's. Man, I kicked ass that day. I was playing in a cash game. I think I won like $1,000. I was in the zone. That shit works, man.
Adderall's better.
Well, it could be better, but this shit worked for me anyway. I just
I'm
had
just
to try
saying,
that theory.
Like Adderall hits certain spots, bro, in your brain with whatever chemicals is in it. It makes it, I call it the limitless pill.
Yeah, well, Adderall, I mean, all the
It
people.
fucked you
But
up,
I'm
though.
serious. I was like this at the table. I was like watching everybody. Like, I was like a
You know whose favorite drug is fucking Adderall? Reporters.
Who?
Like, yo, that is their favorite fucking drug is goddamn Adderall and shit.
Who's
Who?
that?
Legit. Reporters.
Oh, I
Oh,
believe it.
It's a great drug if you have to get shit done. It's not actually fun, but like if you have to do some shit, that'll enable you to do it.
I don't know how these reporters do it and these journalists, though, to be honest. Like, they lie so much and they know they're lying. Like, how do you sleep at night?
Well, like, they don't know that they're lying. This is what I'm telling you.
What do you mean? They think they're telling the truth?
Yes.
Wow, they're really brainwashed.
Yeah, they're fucking, this is what universities and colleges, like, they start the brainwashing and then they just talk to other people and they apply, like, all right, it's like, if I told you 2 + 2 is 7, right? And your whole life, everybody around you who you talk to said 2 + 2 is 7, right? And then, like, normal people were like, it's 4, bro. You know what I mean? But these motherfuckers just operating on the principle of it's 7 their whole lives, right? And we're looking at them like, you're lying. And they go like, fucking, nah, man, it is 7. Like, we were told that when we were in school. And that's really what it is. They're just, they're operating on bad information.
I like Trash Can. He goes, 10 bags of garbage, $20. That's below minimum wage. They're taking our jobs. Yeah. But they want to get the garbage off the street, so they're giving these people $2 a bag, and they're just finding garbage. Like, they're inventing garbage. They're just like walking up to a guy's house and just throwing good stuff in a garbage bag. They don't even care. They just want that
They're like
$2 a
stealing
bag.
shit. Yeah, they're stealing shit out the store and throwing it away whole.
Yeah, like no, they're like going to somebody's backyard and just filling it up with like bullshit chairs and just bringing it.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it was-
got people buying newspapers and like crumpling them up to make fat, fluffy ass garbage bags full of nothing.
But it was crazy. They were getting $2 a bag. I was like, well, they're gonna go buy their crack with that.
It's a bag manufacturing program.
They're like
Says, I bet
stealing
Pops
people's
was
garbage
around
bags.
Yeah.
I literally had in the Dominican Republic, and my son could swear to this. I used to go there every night in the Dominican Republic to a casino, and I was kicking their ass and hold them every night, every single night. And one day my son came there with me, and they all got up and they said they wouldn't play with me no more. Am I right, Mike? Tell him.
Yeah, we almost had to fight the whole casino because they didn't want to play with us, bro.
They got up. The whole like 8 people said we're not playing with him no more. They go, why? Because he wins. Too
You
much.
clean them out?
I was. They don't know how to play. They're just they just chase everything. They're all chases.
Play Texas
You know?
Hold'em?
Yeah.
Oh god.
They don't know how to actually play the game.
They
They
don't
just
know.
like, yo, they're like flipping a coin when they play the game.
Yeah, they're like, I don't care. I got an inside gut straight chance. They'll go in all the way to the end, like with an inside gut straight.
You just eat on them.
Yeah, but it was funny. But I was real good. I still play good, you know. I love poke. I love Hold'em, man.
Me
It's
too.
my game. I love. But I like tournament style Hold'em. I don't like. I mean, cash game it gets boring. I like a tournament because it's like strategy. You know, when to push your chips in, knock people out of the game. You know.
Also, I mean,
I
cash
don't-
game, the guy with the most money has an advantage.
I don't
Oh.
really play that much card games. I usually play like Moncala. I play the slots.
Mancala's dope.
I play
How
like
about
roulette.
Spades? Spades is a good game.
I play like 20.
Spades.
I play 21 from time to time in solitaire.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to play I used to play spades and shit for blocks like all the time. Sit there drinking 40s and shit. They put a
Play
little
dominoes?
motherfucking like they have like one of the. Nah, man, fucking spades is like fucking spades, like it's a card game.
Oh, we got Primal Man.
Are you from the hood? Are you from the hood, or you like from like the suburbs? Like,
Who?
Me? Nah, I grew up in Cali.
Yeah.
oh, that's why. That's why. Yeah, you're fucking Cali. Y'all don't know
What's
shit
going on,
about shit.
Mr. Primal Man? No 70 AD show this week. If you want to watch like a kind of a religious show, Primal Man show. They speak a lot of stuff about the Bible and stuff.
I play.
You may not agree with everything, but they do talk about the Bible.
Yeah, he's like a fragmentary or some shit, whatever the fuck that thing's called, fragment something. I don't know. Fragorous.
No, they're Christian. Him and his partner there, they talk about a lot of different things in the Bible, history and stuff.
Nah, he's a fragorist or whatever the fuck it is, man. Fucking like it's a certain type of Christianity. Like he believes like preterist. Yeah.
Oh, the preterist. You mean the 70 AD thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I'm not sure, but anyway, welcome, Primal Man.
Y'all play y'all ever play that Mexican board game La Loteria?
La Loteria.
No.
What the hell is that?
We have
It's
Is
like
that a cartel game?
no. It's like Mexican bingo basically, but with like
Mexican
pictures.
bingo.
It's like basically Mexican bingo, but like with figure like the drawings, like and so if the card is thrown out and it's like La Dama, which is like the dame, you put the bean or you put the quarter over the picture because it crossed it out. Yeah, there you go. No pun intended.
I would love to play that. That must be funny.
Oh man, look it up, man. It's fun, bro.
I
Like,
was
we play
such
for,
a degenerate gambler when I was a kid, like 16. I mean, me and my friends were degenerates. We used to play poker almost every night in the basement. We were like 12 years old playing cards for money. I used to go to bingo to take old people's money. Like I would buy as many boards as I can. I would have like 50 fucking boards. I'd be there with 2 stampers and shit. I'm like trying to take these little old ladies' money. And I'm like, bingo! That's how I was a degenerate, man. I love gambling. I had to stop.
Yeah, I'm not a
Gambling on
gambler.
everything. Football. You name it, man. I was gambling.
Nobody was worse than my boy Scott, bro. We'd be on a lunch break, and he would lose $500 on scratch-off tickets
I
on a
don't know.
30-minute lunch.
Your Uncle Bubba was bad. I had a friend. He used to go to Vegas. He would gamble, right? And then he would bet like $5,000, and this is going back on like the All-Star game, like which you really can't predict the winner of an All-Star game because none of them give a shit, right? And like a Major League Baseball All-Star. And then if he won, he would fly back. If he lost, it wouldn't matter. This guy loved the thrill of gambling. I remember one day he bet on a football game, and he was in the Dominican Republic, and he bet on the 49ers, and they won. He won like 1,000. So I told him. He goes, "Oh, why'd you tell me?" I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I taped it." I go, "Yeah, but you won. So what do you want?" He goes, "You don't understand. That's not what gives me a thrill." So I said, "Well, what gives you a thrill?" He goes, "When I'm losing, and in the last 3 seconds of the game, the guy kicks a field goal and I win. That's the thrill I'm looking for." I said, "You're a real sick person, I tell you."
I'm telling you, though, he wasn't as bad, bro.
Pops,
Come on,
can I
this
share
guy
a
was
screen with
playing
you?
peekaboo. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna put the board game La Loteria.
Oh, yeah, put it on.
Bro, you land
got
on
JB
Boardwalk,
the
you
jeweler
get
in the
kidnapped,
house.
straight to jail.
Where's that? Get share it in.
Hold on. I think is it Chrome?
So how
Craft?
did
There
you
go.
play this? You were like, you were a Marine and you were doing some reconnaissance, and
no,
some
man,
old
it's a
lady
double-
in Mexico went, "Mira."
No, he's
Check this out,
Mexican.
right?
What? Yeah, but he was stationed in Mexico.
No, bro, I'm saying he's Mexican. That's why he knows how to play the game.
Oh,
It's
are you
like-
Yeah,
Mexican?
the Mexican.
Yeah,
Got the
Mexican.
Mexican. They play with beans.
I
and
knew
shit,
you
bro.
were Spanish. I didn't know if you were Mexican. I know you told me though you worked in
He's from
Mexico.
Cali. Yo, he's from
Yeah.
Cali. He has to be a Mexican. There's no Puerto Ricans out there. Remember? Like, remember, we got the Puerto Ricans and Cubans over here, right?
Yeah, we
We
got him in
don't
the
like.
East
Yo,
Coast.
when people say
Michael,
Spanish to us, we think Puerto Rican, right? You know what I mean? Because
Michael-
like that's what we know. Because we don't know any Mexicans because there's no Mexicans on the East Coast.
Oh, they're
You know what I mean?
in now.
Yeah, but they weren't there when we were coming up.
You know,
I'm
a
Mexican
lot of people
and
from
American and
Honduras
German.
here. A lot of Hondurans here lately. I see.
Can you
Oh,
see
let
the
me
screen?
share that. I'm gonna add it. All right, hold on. Let's see what that game is. All right,
fun
so it's
game.
pictures.
Simple.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah,
Instead of numbers, they use pictures.
Yeah, and it's at the cards. You throw the cards out, and it's Mexican bingo. You can put a bean or you can put a quarter. It's literally Mexican bingo.
They're putting beans on it. That'd be
There's a
funny.
picture right here. There's a picture.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Mexicans know every bean game. All right.
We don't have chips, but we have beans.
Yeah. I mean, like, yo, they ain't got pizza and shit. You know what I mean? They don't have motherfucking lasagna. They ain't got fucking rigatoni
that
or
for,
fucking,
like,
you know, man, they got.
I wonder if it's easier to look for the picture or find the number. I think the picture's better.
It's more. Yeah, I guess it's more colorful. You could say that.
I got the guy with the cucumber up his ass. Bingo.
I got the guy with the pitchfork. Let me get that guy.
Yeah. DJ Spin, shout out to my fellow Mexicans.
Hey,
The
mi
trash
amigo.
can saying shout out to Trump.
Like I said, I like to lose everything, just everything, not forever, but for a period of time, long enough for me to see who's loyal, who's still standing there when I'm at my lowest.
This is true. Well,
him and his toupee.
I don't think he could actually lose everything.
I mean,
he's got
already,
too much
like,
to lose.
He's got so much money, though, man.
He make money just off his name.
Yeah.
He's selling his hotel in Washington D.C. I don't know if you know about it. He paid
heard
like $350 million. Now he's selling it for like $850 million.
Talk about stock.
Just because of his, and I think who's buying it? Like I think somebody like Jay-Z or somebody's buying it. Like a few people, yeah, a few investors.
Well, I mean, Jay-Z's a billionaire. so I can believe it.
Jeter, I forgot. It's a couple of like rich and famous people, and they're like going to be the major investors. Not
I
that
was
they're gonna-
looking at the salaries pops for like all the people that make an average, good, decent amount of money in the professional sports, and like the average decent paying like NFL player makes 15 to 20 times more than a politician.
A baseball player that sits on the bench that probably never even plays makes a couple of million a year. There's guys sitting on the bench that make millions.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Especially if you're a Yankee. There was a guy on the Yankees that I think he played like 15 games the whole year, and he was getting paid like $7 million. Just
And he
to
was
be
a
They got more.
Just
They
in
have
case.
more skill than politicians have. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like, oh,
That's true.
Anybody's got
really-
more skill.
yeah, like, come on now, they're worth it.
Our politicians today are basically gangsters. That's what they are. They're
With
low
suits
life.
and
They're
Harvard
gangsters.
degrees. With Harvard
but
degrees.
they're not even tough guy gangsters. They're pussy gangsters.
Nah. Yo, what they are is empty suits. The vast majority of them.
Yeah,
Like,
that
yo,
makes
you
sense.
really think
They're
about it
lawyers,
like this.
too.
Yo, the average motherfucking bill that goes through Congress has like 1,000 pages. Do you really think any of them wrote it or read it?
No, they have their people, though, read it. Some guys do. They have a few assistants read.
They got
No,
Harvard
they don't even
degrees,
fucking read it
network.
themselves. Right? Legit. Like, so, like, the reality is that, like, they don't really do anything. The people under them in the bureaucracy does. Right? That's just like, that's why the president doesn't have any real power. It's because of the fact that the legislative branch and the fucking bureaucrats are the ones that actually set the amount of money that's allocated for the executive branch on fucking, like all the fucking, like, the shit that's underneath him, like the FBI, CIA, NSA, fucking Department of Defense, like all these things, their fucking budgets are set by Congress and fucking the Senate, right? And the Congress and the Senate are ran by the bureaucrats who are underneath of them. So literally, it's all just, the people we elect are all empty suits. It doesn't matter who we put there.
But they almost forced these guys to be corrupt. I forgot who
They're
it was.
not corrupt.
I think it was Gates or whatever his name is. The kid from Florida, the congressman. He said when he first got in, the first thing they told him is you have to raise this amount of money and pay like this amount of money to the Association of Congress or whatever. He goes, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He had to go like give them $300 grand. He goes, where am I going to get it? They go, you better go start making some phone calls. I mean,
They
like,
literally,
that's how sick it is.
they have a building right next to where they all eat, where they spend the majority of their days just calling and fundraising.
Yeah, trying to get money. It's
You got,
that's
like,
that's
all
that's
these-
stupid. Why do they have shit like that for corruption? There's no
all
other
these
reason.
Politicians are Freemasons and satanic, and
They're not Freemasons and satanic. They're
Yes,
not. They're not. They're not. No, they're not.
Scientologists.
No, they're not.
They are. They are.
They're
No, they're
druids.
not.
They're druids.
They're not. Yo, what it is literally it costs money to get elected.
Listen, they're all Bohemian Grove. They're all wearing yak heads. They're all
Yep.
banging each other down under a bridge.
They're all making devil signs and everything.
The owl and the owl.
Yo, a select few, right? You're talking about like out of the fucking 45 presidents that we've had, or 46 now, 12 people, right?
Listen, and
that belong to this type of shit.
What are
And
you
the
talking about? Ronald Reagan was making devil signs.
Well,
Ronald Reagan
fucking
was at the Bohemian Grove.
Nixon too.
Again.
Nixon was there. Clinton was there. Every president, Obama, they were all there.
Yeah,
you
the
don't go to
founding,
what do you go to the Bohemian Grove to what?
all signers of
To
the
go on
Declaration of
vacation?
Independence were Masons.
They
The
were all
founding fathers were
Masons.
Masons.
Fucking George Washington was a Mason.
Openly.
Yo, John Adams wasn't.
Ben
Right, this is the problem.
Franklin, openly.
Listen,
Yo, there's
Right,
only been 3 presidents that were not Masons.
The only
Who
two
were they?
presidents
Who were
ever
they?
were killed were trying to change the
One of them
gold
was Lincoln,
standard.
I believe.
Lincoln, Kennedy,
Yeah,
maybe.
one of them was Lincoln. I think the other one was Adams. And who was the other one they hated?
Jackson. They
Jackson?
hate Andrew Jackson.
He could have been. I don't know.
Andrew Jackson was the one who wanted to get rid of the banking and all this shit in America. All the shit they would
There
do.
was only 3 that weren't Masons. And
Yeah, well-
as far as NASA, bro, we only got like 2 people that weren't Masons, and I think they were women. So
As far as NASA was concerned, we looked this up before, and like we did the math. It's actually like only like 12 astronauts out of like the fucking 115 people who went to space.
no,
The fucking
Masons.
they were all Masons.
Yo, Tommy, you're
They're
in like
all Masons.
we may be conspiracy theory guys, but you're living in some like kind of fucking fairy tale.
Tom is the
You
anti-conspiracy
really-
theories.
Yeah, you should like you and Alex Jones should get together, man. What a fucking show
oh
that'll
my
be.
God, that'll be a fucking
Oh.
clash.
Tommy, you should become a lawyer for the Democrats, Mo. You should be a
Yo, I
lawyer
would
for them.
I would do Alex Jones impressions to Alex Jones and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm I'll tell you what, folks, it's the interdimensional space demons. You're out here trying to spirit cook children. I got documentation right here. All right, I'm going to tell you what you need to get your alpha brain nutrients. Legit, I would do my fucking impression.
No, seriously. The Democrats should hire you, Tommy, as their spokesperson, because you really, truthfully believe that these fucking people aren't evil. You really believe it.
That's
You
because of
believe
Moses.
I don't.
stupid.
I think
Even
I
in
think
the
the
Bible,
system.
even in
No,
the
I-
Bible, there'll be a place for those kind of guys down in hell.
I
No,
think the
Tommy
system
thinks
is. I
like-
think the system is garbage. Is the problem, right? It's not like it's not the fact that I think the system as a whole is just
No,
beyond
no,
repair and
no.
broken,
The
right? It's
homeless.
Let me
The homeless
destroy
are picking up the
everybody's
garbage.
pensions. Let me destroy everything. I'm not an evil guy. I just want to
Listen,
do it.
Tom-
no,
Tommy,
like the whole
Tommy,
the whole
Tommy, it's my
idea of
first
the
time meeting
pension.
you, Tommy. Tommy, it's my first time meeting
It's
you.
not only the pensions. Hold
the
on.
homeless are picking up the homeless.
Let's
are picking
go
up
in
the
order.
garbage. They're paying them $2 to pick up the garbage.
We know your story with the pensions already. We know that already.
Right. But I'm saying, like, like the whole point is, like, literally, they're like, yo, look, they did not save enough, right? So, like, they're trying to make money with that shit any way they can, and they fucking put it in shit that's high risk in order to grow it, right? Yo, so they lose fucking money, and then they go, oh, you stole our shit. Like, no, they didn't. You
Mom.
dummies fucking fell for the idea without doing any math.
Chong, it's me.
Do you really believe that they're not trying to gain control? That there is no world order? Do you really
Oh,
believe
yes,
there's
there's a
no
world
new
order.
world order?
There-
You believe they're not
there's a
trying to do a
liberal-
new world order?
Yes, they are. It's a liberal world order that they want, right? And literally, I explained to you 1,000 times. It's just, they want to be able to live everywhere they live, the same way they live in New York and San Francisco.
Who?
Hey, Mons,
Right,
you
but
got
it's-
some slow internet.
Who?
Mons.
You mean the globalist?
Yeah. The powers that be, the people on the top of the food chain.
They kill
Right,
the
they
top
all-
of the food chain can live like they're living in America anywhere. What are you talking about?
No, they want to turn the whole world into Brussels.
Oh, Brussels sprouts. Hey, yo, Chong.
Why do they
it's me,
give a shit
Cheech.
about the whole
It's
world?
me, Cheech.
They don't live amongst us.
Because they want to be able to do business in the way that they do in Brussels everywhere. Right? They want to be able to, like, not have, like, the fucking cultures and shit that holds them back from making more money, motherfucking, when they go to China or go to Afghanistan or go to fucking Iraq.
Up to
Right.
a point, you're correct. Up to a point, I'm not going to disagree, but that's not the real reason. If
That
you
is
think
the real
this-
reason.
If you don't think there's something strange going on in this world right now, so
That's
you're
what it
telling me the
is.
globalists need to tell a little boy that you can be a girl. That's important to them.
Yes, because, like, yo, that's how they want to live.
Tommy.
Who's they?
Yeah.
Who else wants to live
who
like
is
that?
they?
Who when
The
you
college,
say,
the college-educated academic managerial class.
The Freemasons,
Bullshit.
the devil
you
worshippers.
think those guys
The
want men to act
Scientologists.
like women and women to act like men?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because, like, yo, why? Because, like, the more masculinity you have in the fucking society, the less able they're be able to sit in the motherfucking office and get along with everybody.
Ah, the guys that run
So they
it-
want more workers. They want more compliant workers.
Well, listen, we know that. Look, a
Yo,
child
so
that
what's the
grows,
most
a
compliant-
child that grows up now, and
Yeah.
can't even identify themselves,
Pro
will
man.
be a great soldier for them. They want that guy. They don't want a guy
Right,
that
yo.
knows who he is and what he is.
Okay.
They don't want my kid.
All right,
They
so
want
who's
some-
more compliant? Who's more compliant in school, a male or a female?
A female for sure. We know this.
Right? So, like, yo, they want everybody to act like females.
But that's the devil's plan.
It's not the devil's plan. That's academia's plan.
How about it's both their plans?
I mean, like, if you want to blame the devil,
Bada
go
bing,
ahead. You're
bada
fighting
boom.
for the same side, right? But
Bada
I'm
bing,
telling you,
bada
like, the real
We're
the real
fighting for the
mechanics
same
of it
side.
is that literally really what they want. They just want everybody to be like women, so that they have
Agreed.
complete control over them.
They're all Tom.
What up?
They're all part of the Illuminati. They're all part of Freemasons.
The
they're all
Illuminati is not real.
Scientologists, They're all druids.
Of
They're all
course it's
freaking
real.
wearing
There's
yak heads.
history behind it.
The Illuminati is very real. There's history.
They're as
you
real
can
as it
Google
comes.
shit.
Well,
It was
not really.
founded by
There's
Adam
four,
Weishaupt.
four men. Yeah, exactly.
No, I want to start a show, Tommy. Seriously, I want to start a show with you, and we're gonna call it Anti-Conspiracy.
Right?
Oh, it'll fucking blow up. YouTube will put us through the roof.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, I know.
Listen to me. I'm gonna make the fucking channel. I'm serious. And
And-
you and me are gonna do it. We're gonna pick a night,
Listen,
and we're gonna have 10 million. We're gonna have 10 million subscribers.
listen. Me and Mom are
down.
gonna start a channel. It's gonna call
YouTube
Cheech and Chong. It's gonna
Will
call Cheech and
blow.
Chong.
It'll blow up. I'll be
Wait,
the devil's
wait.
advocate, but you be the anti-conspiracy guy.
Yo,
I'll sit
Yo.
there and you're making me look like an idiot. I'll go, yeah, you're right, yeah, and we'll just blow up. We'll go through the roof.
yo, is this the
Never.
guy with the Ukrainian
Never.
flag and with the fucking video on right now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my boy,
Shout
man.
out to
Yeah.
Mods.
Yo, wait. And this dude's over here talking about the Illuminati's real, and you're fucking pushing their fucking propaganda
Listen,
with motherfucking goddamn Ukraine. Fuck out!
no,
Shut
I'm
the
just
fuck
saying
up,
it's real.
fucking dummy. Get the fuck out of here.
No, we don't abuse people here. No cursing.
Don't.
No,
I
you
don't
can't
have to
curse
get
at my
the fuck out of
friend.
here, you know. Why is
Tell him.
there anything
Ukraine.
wrong with the Ukrainian flag? Is there anything wrong with them?
No, because it's not real.
I know a
It's
guy
not a
who
real
lives
country.
there.
Well,
Kiev
well,
What
and
the
that's
fuck
fine.
are you
Always been
talking about? I know a man who lives there, you motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
not a real country.
But he just said he knows somebody that lives there.
So what?
I'm saying,
I know a guy who lives there.
Wait,
He's
it may
a
not-
proud Ukrainian.
It may not be a real country, Tom, but there are Ukrainian people suffering just like Russian people.
Sorry, is America a real country then?
they're all Russian.
Sorry, I'm just saying. Be
Yo,
careful what you
Ukrainians
say.
are Russian. Ukrainians
You're
are Russian.
living
They're
on
not, yo,
our country.
Ukrainians-
What are
Ukraine is not a real
you? What are
country.
you? What are
I'm an
you?
Appalachian.
What are
I'm an
you?
Appalachian. I'm an Appalachian.
Well, what do you mean
Good.
they're not? What do you
Where
mean
do
they're
you
not
live?
Ukrainian? Anti-conspiracy. What do you mean they're not Ukrainian? How the fuck
They're
is
not
that
Ukrainian.
possible? Well, what are they then? So that flag
Because-
doesn't
What are
exist.
they? What should we
No.
call them? What should we call them?
They were part of
Russian.
Russia.
Russians?
They're Russians.
What Russian?
Yeah,
their
yeah.
heritage or their country? What are you talking about?
They speak a Russian dialect.
Ukraine. Russia's been trying
Yeah.
to take Ukraine for
We
thousands of
speak.
years. It's
No,
been
not
going
thousands.
back and forth.
Sweden?
They
No.
are. They started Russia. Yo, Kiev was the Kievan Rus. The Russians.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but evolution is evolution. You
But
can't
it's
go
not
against
you
evolution.
that.
say there isn't a country called Ukraine because they
It's-
separated
it's-
from Russia. You know the Cold War, the wall got
It was
No.
invented. It was invented by a drunk motherfucking USSR goddamn diplomat named Gorbachev.
Okay. What do
But
we
it
call
happened.
that? I
It's not
think that's
real.
happened.
It's like Iraq.
What is
Iraq's not
that?
a real country either.
Well, what do you say? It's
Okay,
not
what
real?
is United States? What is your own country then?
Hey, listen, Alaska
own
isn't
country-
Alaska isn't real. It's part of Russia.
Hey, yo, Tom, real quick.
What up?
Did you know?
What it's so
Isn't
it's
Mexico
so
part
your
of
own
America?
I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go fucking drop the
All right.
paperwork off. All right,
Go ahead. So Alaska ain't real then, right? That would be part of Russia too. That ain't the United States.
Yeah.
Hey,
What the
Hawaii.
fuck?
I
Sometimes-
thought Hawaii doesn't count as a U.S. anymore, right?
No, me and Tommy are gonna start a show called Anti-Conspiracy, and YouTube will
But
love it.
you know, no country is real then. Every country has been another country once.
Listen, they're
Denmark
definitely
is one of the oldest in the world, but you know, I'm just saying we're
They're
from like the
definitely-
700s.
they're definitely lying
No.
about a lot of shit in Ukraine, but the people are suffering.
Yeah.
Trash can.
I know they're suffering. I know a guy called Thomas who lives there. He's like saying it's the bombs are falling, so the war is real, and he sent me some pictures.
And I
can
believe
show
some of
you,
those
but-
bombs are actually Ukraine has
Yeah, maybe.
doing
He
it
don't
too
know
on
either.
purpose. They want to blow it up.
Yeah, I don't think
See,
he knows
the
what's
problem I
going
got
on.
with Ukraine is that president. That guy's a bullshit artist.
Yeah. That's because he's like a con artist. He's like a
Yeah.
But we are like a European. As European country, if you were like having like you have the North and South war before, we have to go with the Ukrainian people. We have to.
Well,
they're
the point
European.
of the matter is there are people suffering right now. Period.
Exactly.
And I don't care what country they're
But
from.
I'm against any war. If he thinks that I'm pro-war because I'm a peaceful motherfucker who likes to wave a flag, because some
Nobody
people are
likes
hurt
war.
right now.
Raz,
I
nobody
hate
likes
war. I hate people that's suffering. So when
But
a motherfucker comes and say there's not suffering and he has no friends over there, I have. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like I'm right here. But what and he's talking about stolen countries.
Tom
What the
doesn't believe
fuck?
in nothing. All right, I'm just
Tom
saying.
only
Okay,
believes
okay.
everything. Tom only believes everything revolves around one thing: money. Now, I'll agree up to a point, but there's a
He's
little more.
nice enough. It's not that.
There's a lot more than money out there. I mean, wars get started over money, right?
Bada bing, bada boom.
True,
But there's a
true,
lot of
true.
evil. There's a lot of evil.
Listen,
When you
listen.
start a war, you're an
Countries,
evil motherfucker. When you're
when
killing thousands of people.
when governments want to have a territory, they want territory, power, influence, pussy, and money. That's what they want.
That's true.
They want.
It's true.
They want
Yeah.
all that stuff.
All
They
the
want money, power,
peace.
influence.
All the peace. Yeah.
Yup. It's ridiculous. There's enough. There's enough for everybody to go around.
Yeah. And Putin, he thinks he needs it all for himself. He's like, and now they're talking about these neutron bombs and all these. Oh,
No,
and
the
I'm
ba-
saying, is that for real? Is that literally for real, Thomas? And Thomas said, no, they're not going to
See,
do that.
in Russia, there is no such thing as peace, joy, and laughter. You don't see nobody smiling
No.
and laughing in Russia.
Actually, it was
Bullshit.
going the right way.
I disagree
It
with
was
that,
going the right
Marcus.
way.
I think people in Russia are all smiling and laughing and looking at America and going, what a bunch of assholes they are.
They only start smiling when they drink vodka, and then that's it.
No,
Yeah,
the people in
but
Russia
they
got more
drank a
freedom than
lot
we
of
got.
vodka.
We got no freedom here. What freedom we got? They're more free in Russia than they are here.
Yo, Russia won't accept all this fucking Fugazi LGBTQ garbage.
They won't accept any of
no,
this shit.
no,
They
no,
tried to do a
no,
fucking
no.
parade in Russia, bro, and they tore the fucking parade to shreds.
People think Russia's
Your
like
parade. This is Russia.
people think Russia's like a concentration camp. It ain't.
No, it's
They
not.
We got
It's not.
stores
I've been
just
there.
like we got. People own their own
Yeah.
businesses. It ain't
difference-
nothing what you think
The
it is.
difference is they'll shoot you down if you try to be happy.
Exactly.
Bullshit. Ah.
Exactly. But
Wait a minute. You're not allowed to be happy in America.
No, and
You
Russia.
got to go to work, come home, watch
Russia,
Netflix
you actually, you know where Putin is right now?
He's all over the place.
In a
As-
bunker.
He's probably in the US
Yeah,
regular
but you
area.
know with who he's in a bunker with?
Him and Donald
Some-
Trump. were
somebody
there
call-
smoking a joint.
Somebody called the Great, no, it's literally true. Somebody called the Great Wolves a bikie gang, a biker gang.
Oh,
That's his best friends. And they're Ukrainian
biker
soldiers. Yeah. He's been riding around with them,
ex-military.
doing a lot of, not a gang, but it's a club, but it is a gang. The leader of them is called the Surgeon. That's his best friend. He's giving them orders because they've been fighting in Ukraine. They've been killing a lot of people and shit. So he's giving them orders and shit.
Madness.
And he's like riding around with them. And he's living in their fucking bunker because they're like the safest place to be on earth right now.
This is
Because
madness.
nobody want to fuck with these people.
Listen,
It's madness. And it's
if
true.
people think they're free in America, tell me what you can do in America, not what you can't. Tell me what you can do.
Listen.
What are
as
you
long
allowed
as-
to do?
As
Go to
long as you
work.
pay
Own a
the taxes, as
firearm.
long as you pay the taxes and don't break the law, you can do whatever you want.
What can you? What everything is a law. There's nothing you can't even walk across the street.
Pops.
If
You're right now doing a StreamYard talking with people about this right now.
if you
Smoking a
can,
damn cigarette.
you cannot walk across the street in America unless you're in the crosswalk. That's jaywalking. You are not allowed to do anything in this country but go to work, come home, take a shit, watch an hour of Netflix, eat your dinner, and go back to bed and go back to work again. That's your life
Well,
in
I
America.
I mean, all right, like yo, like
This is
half
the
of that, yo,
United
half of that,
States
yo,
of no happiness. That's what this is.
but half of that's from like, you know what I'm saying, like our fucking, it's from this like ideology that like your money is more important than your culture, right? It's this idea of like everybody's an American.
America
Right.
don't have a
And-
culture.
That's the problem, right? Is that we try to destroy our culture so that we can all fit into like this fucking box where we can all go to the same jobs and like live the same fucking lifestyles, right? And that's really what destroyed everything.
Tom,
What happened? He cut out?
I think so.
Anti-conspiracy
listen-
cut out? That's his new name.
Am I still here? All right. I mean, like,
Can't
yo,
hear
the
you.
problem.
We can't
Can you hear me?
you.
No, bro, you got like a dinosaur Radio Shack phone from the Jurassic Park. What
No,
are you
he's
calling
he's
me?
actually driving his truck probably.
Yes.
He's got like a rig and he's driving across country.
Yo, can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Let's go, Radio Shack.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
he's,
Yo, so like, yo, the problem is like we destroyed all culture, right? In the name of making money.
where? You
That's
mean in
the-
America?
Yeah, well, that's what we did to the rest of the world too.
Well, we're
That's what
starting
this whole
to, you're
Ukrainian
right.
thing's about. Huh?
We are starting to destroy other cultures too. And you know how you do that? You flood immigration.
But that could be a
Well, yeah.
conspiracy theorist, Tom.
Like Italy right now is getting flooded. Spain, France. France is at like 35% or something Muslim.
Yes, sir.
That they want to
Yes,
make
sir.
it illegal if you're not a Christian or some shit in France.
You mean
That-
France?
Yeah.
The ones who eat snails? Disgusting.
You know what the funniest shit is though?
It ain't that bad.
The whole country
Snails.
hates that president from France. They hate him. Macron.
Macron.
He's an asshole. He's an
Right.
asshole.
So listen to this shit. The whole country hates him. They do the like, you know, when they go, they're campaigning now, right? Nobody shows up to his stuff. The guy that's the president now, and the other
The
two
rallies
guys
and
running,
shit.
and the other two candidates running against him. It looks like Donald Trump land, like 100,000 people with French flags, like that. And they're saying this guy Macron's winning because it's all rigged. They're fucking rigging everything. They don't care no more. It's like 2 people could show up to my rally and 1 million could show up to his, but I won. This is how fucked up the world is now. And this they're doing this shit all over the world now. It's not only in America.
And
Everything
France is not a
rigged.
small country. France is
Where's my
like
teddy
80,
bear?
90, 100 millions or something like
France is
that.
one of the most powerful
Somebody buy me a
countries
teddy
in
bear.
the world. They're like maybe the number
Yeah.
5 military in the world.
Everything
Yeah,
is fake.
France is like big.
It's
You know
all
what
fake.
Yeah,
you know what the worst country is right now in Europe? Italy. You would think
Yeah.
you're in Germany during World War II in Italy now. You're not allowed to leave your house. Your kid can't go play Little League soccer unless he got the magic potion. I mean, like this fucking Italy. I can't believe it. And the people
I
are
think-
putting up with it.
I think
You
we just
know,
all
the
need to stop
cops-
buying shit and
I gotta
stop
go call my
selling shit
relatives
and just
and
let
tell
it
them.
all fall apart and then take over when it's done.
Well, I just don't give a shit
know,
no more.
Pops, you know, want to hear some real shit? You know, the Danish people got enough, and suddenly they just said, "Let's open the whole shit. Let's open it." And we opened it up. Nothing happens. Everybody's open. Nobody's going with the mask. Nobody's forcing
Right.
everybody to get the magic clothes. You know what I mean? Nobody's
Right.
forcing anybody to do anything. And there's no more sickness. The hospitals are free. It's
But
all
don't worry,
good.
this is only temporarily. They're gonna come up with
Yeah.
they're gonna come up with
Yeah,
something else again.
I know. But it's like we were the first country to say fuck it, you know?
Yeah, but this is all a
So-
test. They're gonna say
Yeah.
they're gonna give us back a little bit of know this, know that, and then they're gonna go, oh, wait a minute. We're the boss. Put it back on.
Yeah.
We want to see if you obey
Yeah.
us. They want to see how far they can push us. They're gonna
I
keep
know, I
pushing
know.
and pushing and pushing and pushing until it becomes a revolution, because that's what these fucks want.
Seems
Yeah,
like we got
yeah.
another 8 more years of fucking hell. Because they got Agenda 2030 and it's only 2022.
Oh,
So that means
yeah,
we got,
that's true. True.
you know, 8
true,
more years
true.
of beating the shit out of us before we're willing to accept almost anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just
I'm
gonna
laughing
beat
at
the
it.
shit out of us
And eight
until
more
we just
years.
accept
Yeah.
anything at that point. We're just like, I don't even fucking care. Put a transsexual fucking woman on stage as the president as long as this stops. I don't
Yeah.
fucking care anymore. That's what they
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
They want you to shut down all of your fucking morals, beliefs, everything
Wow.
you stand on, because they
No.
want the world to be so bad that you're willing to accept. Put the fucking devil on stage if he stops this. That's what it's going to come to.
Yes.
You're going to accept
what
the
it's gonna
fucking
come to.
Antichrist because they just want to stop suffering every day.
If a guy got up
I'm-
there, and saved us, like, brought it back to normal and then said, I worship the devil, people would say, I don't care. As long as he stopped it, he did a great job. This is how fucking
But
crazy our
Bob-
world is.
Pops, I literally thought I saw the devil because I took a bus. I don't drive anymore. I can't. Some personal reasons.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I took a bus, and this woman, she had a girl, I thought, and she said, "Just let him go with it." I said, "What?" She said, "Just let him go with it." I said, "Him?" She said, "Yeah, he's a he, but I dressed him up like a girl because I wanted a girl." I'm like, "What?
How old was the kid?
What?" Kid was like 5.
Yeah, this shit's going on now. People are crazy.
And like she wanted a girl, and I said, "But it's
That
not a
poor
girl."
kid.
No, but I want a girl, so it's okay. I asked the doctor. I said, "What? What doctor?" I didn't believe any shit she said, because no doctor would say that. No doctor. It's sick. It was sick to hear.
Well,
But it was because she saw him. Yeah, she saw him play with dolls. That was why she meant that he wanted to be a girl,
So
because he played with dolls.
according to conspiracy theory, anti-conspiracy theory, Tom Paynoy, all these people out there want to make their boys into girls because the globalists want to be able to control us when we get older. Not the devil has nothing to do with it.
But no,
Evil has nothing to do with it.
All right,
It's all
so
about
all right.
control.
I was having a conversation with my fucking baby's mom today, right? And I was explaining to her, like, a lot of times it's my job to be the bad guy, right? As a whole, like in the family, like it's my job to like tell my kids no and be an asshole and like
You're
do a
Tony
lot of things
Montana.
that,
You're the bad guy.
right? I'm saying, but like sometimes that's my job. Is that's what we do as dads, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Like sometimes you have to do what's best for everybody, even though like it's, you know what I mean, going to like, it's going to do like the least amount of harm, right? And so like when these people make these decisions about like the system as a whole and like how things are operating, they're making a decision for the system, right? And when you see it as like, oh man, like this is evil for like some people, but they go, this is all right for like, it's like a motor running down the road. They're like, oh man, like a fucking, the thermostats are gonna go out. And they're like, wow, it's cool. We can add water later, right? And that's how they look at shit. It's just as long as the fucking wheels keep going down the road, they don't fucking care.
Hey, Mike,
And that's
we
their
figured
mental.
it out. Mo, we figured it out, Mike. You there? Yo, Mike, are you there? Anyway, we figured it out. Tom, you're MK Ultra.
I'm MK Ultra.
No, you were MK Ultra. We figured it out.
I was never MK Ultra.
DJ Spin figured it out, Mo. You're MK Ultra.
I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're just everywhere, you know? I'm
Hey,
saying, like, legitimately,
French
like, yo,
wants
this
to
is,
know. I kind of like Puerto
What?
Rico. Can we keep Puerto Rico? Or is that fake too?
do you really want Puerto Rico? Like,
Puerto Rico fake. He wants to know. Like Ukraine fake.
like, Puerto Rico is like an actual place. It's an island. Like, yo, all right, so every
So
country that's
Ukraine
an
ain't an
island.
actual place?
No. I mean, all right, listen. All right, so, like, geography's a thing, right? Like, for instance, Iraq shouldn't be a country.
Well,
Right.
wait a minute. Now we're saying should it or isn't. See, I'll not disagree with shouldn't, but I'm going to disagree with isn't.
All right, it isn't a real country,
Yeah.
right? As a whole,
Iraq
like, it
isn't a
doesn't
real
function.
country. What is it then? It's called Iraq. It had its own president. Saddam Hussein was the dictator, wasn't he?
Yeah, I feel you. But, like,
Or was
here's the
that
thing.
make believe?
So, all right, like, historically, Iraq shouldn't, like, it never existed in the form it exists today, right? Like
Iraq
it's.
was Sumer anyway, going back. If you want to, it was part of Egypt.
I mean, like yo, part of it was not all of it. That's the thing,
Hey, what's
right?
wrong
Only
with
part.
Tommy's microphone?
Well, yo, is my shit still fucked? My shit should be cool. I got 5 bars.
I'm gonna
Can you
buy
hear me?
you. I'm gonna buy you the phone. You know your cell phone, right? They have a mic
Yeah.
that you can plug into it.
I
And
know,
it
but like,
picks up.
can you
I'm gonna buy you.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yeah,
you,
it's just
anti-conspiracy. The new
Right.
show, Pops and Anti-Conspiracy, live. We're gonna do it, yo.
All
We're
right.
gonna
All
do
right.
it.
All right. So hang on a minute. Let's.
I want to test that theory. If we do a show on anti-conspiracy, how far YouTube will blow us up? I think YouTube will put us at the top of the list every day.
Yeah.
We'll have like 1 million subscribers in like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you know everybody. If you debunk a conspiracy, you know they were
they
like,
love it.
what? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we're
They
gonna
do.
debunk everything. There are no devil worshippers. All the politicians are just dumb. They're not evil. They're not corrupted.
No.
They're just dumb.
No, not at all.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole show on that.
you know, Pops, I wanted to do some American history before we went in to do our show, you know, and I was thinking about, you know, I had to do something so I knew about some American history because, you know, I was looking, I saw this news. Have you seen this? The Lost Tapes Part 2?
The what?
It's with the Lost Tapes Part 2.
No,
It's
what is
all
that?
about the Malcolm X assassin. You know, all the lost tapes they got and found it together, and all the
Oh
clips
no, I gotta check
and
that out.
clips. Yeah, it's very good. And the Tet Offensive, you know, in the Vietnam War, and the Clinton, you know, impeachment, and actually Trump was sitting and saying, maybe it's me that one day being the president. That was kind of funny in the 90s.
Hey, by the way, Mads, did you see my new video I made
About what?
called "The Rise of Power and Evil"?
No.
Oh, you gotta
I don't
watch
know.
it. I'll just show you.
I
Like,
didn't get the.
yeah,
I don't
making
think I
part
got the
2.
notification.
Where's our war cry?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna show
Is
it
it
to
about
you.
devil? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just made it. It's actually not an open panel. It's actual like a show, like a History Channel
Okay.
type show. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not long
Okay.
either. It's only 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if you seen it because a lot of people told me they didn't see it. I'm like, really? I spent a lot of time making this freaking thing too.
Okay, but I don't think I got a notification.
That's
I
weird.
see every notification. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird that you didn't get it. But I just wanted to ask you what you thought about it. That's why I asked. But
Yeah.
you
I would
didn't
have
see
seen it.
I got you.
I don't think I got the notification. I don't think so. I
All
can't
right.
see it right now because my other phone is dead.
Don't worry.
And this one is slow.
You watch it. You watch it whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I love
Oh,
to
yeah.
watch shit like that. You know, I'm like into that shit. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially because you know you have sometimes to spend, you know, to see it in a different way. Like I saw the impeachment of Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh my God, I didn't know there was so much going on with that guy. That was like, what the fuck? But he did do some good. He did do some good, actually. But was he a good man? I don't know.
Who knows? You're right.
You know, and nobody knows. And this Hillary is just taking every shot she got. She was like a box, you know, punching ball or something like that. It was like, what the fuck?
The way it works.
First it was that woman, then it was that woman, then it was that woman.
It never ended.
No. It was like, what the fuck? It started when he was a governor, you know. Before that, even when he was a lawyer or something. Wasn't he a lawyer or something like that? Or was it another one who was a lawyer?
Who's that though? Who are you talking about? Clinton?
Clinton, yeah.
Was he a lawyer?
No, he was not a lawyer. He was not a lawyer.
Oh,
No, he was just no, he was just in politics from the beginning, I think. Not from the
gotcha.
beginning, but yeah. But it was like it was a good Lost Tapes Part 2. It was I've seen Part 1, but that was with Son of Sam, all that shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2 was like with the DC snipers. That was a lot of because you saw all behind the scenes shit, you know, from the police eyes and how they told the story, and not all the you know the big companies, the big news companies and shit like that. It was not them. It was
Right.
like a film company, you know. So it was shown with other eyes. So you saw all the shit, all the bad shit. But the guy they kill, you know, the Viet Cong, they kill with the shoot in the head, the U.S.
Right.
Marine, you know, from the film. They said that this was literally they told that it was the Viet Cong assassin,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been searching and searching, and they found out it was a Viet Cong assassin. It literally was. So I understand that they
I
were
gotta
killing
look.
them.
I gotta look into that movie
Yeah,
though. You
yeah,
said. Yeah.
yeah. Because some of some of what they do was like bullshit, and there was like 5,000 Americans and like 20 million, you know, Viet Congs. The numbers were crazy, but they were like somehow there were a lot of these people, and that's why I think we're a lot of more people in this world than we think.
Right.
And
You're
because
right.
I talked with an Indian guy when I was in India, and he said to me, you know, every time you say one, you have to say two. I said, why? Because if for every one an Indian man or woman there's two. I said, you don't mean that. He said, look around. And if you look around, you're almost standing like this. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? There's people everywhere, everywhere.
You're right.
It's like, it's somebody. I've known a guy, he went off in New Delhi. When he went off the plane, he went back in and said, I want to go home. It smells that bad. It literally do. It does.
I
No
believe
shit.
it.
I was shocked. And I'm not even a, you know, picky guy or anything like that. But you know, India. Oh shit. They bathe you know, in a flood where they're fucking like dead people flying around and shit like that. That's the truth. It's the truth. The Ganges, you know, the big one, the
Right.
Ganges River. Yeah, I've seen dead people floating around there. Because of their religion. They believe in their religion. They have to take the dead,
Yeah.
burn them, eat some of it. I got a movie you should see, Pops. I have to send this one to you on tape because it's about religion, and you would say it's Satanism. You would say it right away
Oh, I believe it.
because it's all about eating flesh, sitting with a skull and eating of a skull. It's sickening, but it's Hinduism. It's crazy, man. And you're like, you have to have a bonfire, and you have to put some bones from a bird and the bones from this and this. And I say, that is fucking devil worshipping. And my friend, no, that's Hinduism. And that's like, oh, okay. A very dark way of Hinduism, I'm saying. And because Hindus don't do it, it's not a normal Hinduism, you know, that's not normal. But they do
Right.
walk around because the Shiva, the big god in the Hinduist religion, they say he had a skull he ate off, and like so. The real believers have all what he got on the pictures and shit like that. It's weird to see.
I
And they
believe
live
it.
like that. Yeah. And they go around and they, if you want to be wise and you think it's very wise to sit and listen to a guy who's been smoking hash for the last 50 years, every fucking day, 10 grams a day, if you think that's wisdom, you can sit down with a Baba and smoke, but you have to pay a tolla. A tolla is 10 grams of hashish, almost 15, but it's 10. Let's say 10 grams. You give it to his assistant, then the big Baba's getting it, and you're sitting there, and he's drinking all your money up, and he's smoking all your weed, all your hash, and then he say goodbye to you in the morning, and you got wisdom. But I must admit, some of them are legit. Some of them are legit. Some of them are not like that. But it's like it's a very special religion. It is. It is. It is. I must say they have over 1 million gods. God damn it!
Hey, I'm going to show you just the beginning of the show that I was telling you. If anybody didn't see my show, make sure you go to my website, because this isn't a regular open panel. I'll just show you quick anyway, Raz. Yeah, I thought it was I got a kick out of making it.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome, everyone. This is Pops, and tonight I'm going to tell you a story. We are going to dive deep into the darkness. But I don't want to show you the movie, I go into a whole story about what's going on, and I show pictures. I do a pretty good job on it, but yeah, check it out.
It looks like that. I want to check that out, man. I want to check it out.
Yeah, that's part one. It's only 11 minutes, and then I'm making part two. But I kept it short so people won't lose, concentration.
Yeah, and won't lose like interest, like because they haven't had. People need a teaser sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good with a teaser.
I get deep with it though. It's pretty. I did a good job. It took me a long time to make it. Took me took me 30 hours to make 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is like that in the movie business and in the commercial shit and shit like that,
Well, the put script together and everything, to match the pictures and narrate it. It's like basically I show you a movie and I narrate.
Yeah, I'm actually these days I'm making a story.
We gotta do our show, me and you.
Yeah, I'm doing a story about my life here. And I'm working every fucking day, long hours, But tomorrow, I'm going to go to the surgery. I'm going to get my fixed. I'm going to get my teeth fixed. I'm going to get I'm going to do all kind of shit for me, Now I'm divorced.
Yeah, well, good. Save that stuff. I put the link, too, to that movie in the chat. I'll put it in the private.
Nice.
Too. But, yeah, we gotta save a lot of that stuff. We're gonna do our show on you. About
yeah.
I have your video downloaded somewhere on my computer.
Yeah, I think I couldn't get because I called the TV company and they said they wanted 4,000 kronas. That's about almost it's about $800, and I said to them, "Fuck you! It's fucking my music. I don't want to fucking pay you for something I did for you." And they were like, but it's like we have to give you the fucking blah 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 blah. And I said, it's a fucking link. It's a link. Stop it. I said to her.
Right.
And she was like, if you have to be like this, I don't want to talk to you. So she threw me off.
Huh.
Very disrespectful. So I called my management,
a lot of people are disrespectful lately. I don't know.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I've never been treated this way. I'm literally an old motherfucker who's been doing you a favor, being on your shows, so everybody saw it because we were very popular back then. Right. And she like, I know who you are, she said. I know who you are. That's because I took a turn to the dark side, when I was an addict and shit like that. You know? So it is what it is. I said some shit about them that I shouldn't have said, but I did. I said there were some leeches. They were like taking money from the fucking poor, like artistic people and shit. But it is what it is. Sometimes you have to be honest. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. Some of the big companies, CBS, NBC, all they're earning big money. You can't tell me anything different. And so do the Danish companies. All TV companies are doing good. That's why he tried to make one. The Ukrainian president, he's more on TV than any other man, and he's like talking to his people every day. I don't know about that war. It's right. A weird one. It's a weird one. But Thomas, he's saying there's literally a war going on, but he don't know what it is. But there's bombs and there's airplanes all the time.
Right. Nobody knows really what's going on, but they know something's happening.
Yeah. Something is happening. He says that, and he said it's got to stop. He said because people are dying, and that's a bad.
They're blowing up. They're blowing up a lot of infrastructure too. Ukraine's going to need a lot of money to go back to normal again. They're going to leave that country in rubble.
Yeah,
they're blowing up a lot of their infrastructure.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. I mean,
It is.
But, this is war. This is what happens when greedy men want to make money. They start wars.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
But, Pops, you have my...
Who starts a war?
No, sorry. Yeah.
Not
it's
regular
people who want... No. It's always the greedy one, I think.
Nobody wants... No normal human being wants a war.
No.
Nope. So, who wants war? Rich people.
Yeah.
Why? Because they get rich.
Yeah, exactly.
They get richer.
Especially the hardware people with the fucking guns and shit. They want to have war all the time.
Like the Cheneys got rich when they went into Iraq. They were selling they were selling them all the supplies.
Oh shit, man! Actually, we have a firm here in Denmark who sells to the American, army, the military. Some food shit, some cheese shit, and some heated food. I think they just open it and it's warm. Some shit like that. It's like mac and cheese or something they made. I can't remember what I said. Here in Denmark, they're making mac and cheese for like the American. No, not in Denmark, but it's a Danish company.
Hey, by the way, I found your video. Hold on, I found it.
Okay.
Let me load it. I'm gonna King K. I actually, believe it or not, I like the song. I play it sometimes. So listen.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna send you the album then.
Oh, you got to, man. I love it.
Yeah, I got. I
want to hear your other songs.
Yeah, I got a lot of songs you can hear. I'm gonna send you some. Pop, send me the email. I'm gonna put my email in the back chat.
Yeah, I'll put mine there too.
Yeah.
I gave it to you last time, but I'll give it to you again.
Okay. Sorry, Pops.
Don't worry. What? Don't be sorry. I lose shit myself, man. I lose my head if it wasn't screwed on.
Yeah, me too, man.
Hold on. I got so many of them, but I'll give you this one. I got like 3. All right. I put
So
it
I
in the
have to
back
put
chat.
this out to the window. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
nice.
and then anybody, if you're waiting, I'm gonna put on Mad's video in about a minute. Show you who he used to be. Now he's just a washed-up old guy. Here we go. Ready? It's King Kane.
King Kane.
When the night is hot and the moon is round, I'll be there to set the scene. Yeah. You feel so tight, feel alright, so dirty and obscene. Yeah. Feel the hunger in your bones, the hunger of desire. Been so long and now the flame has gone into the fire. We start to see a love, breaking up that you and me reach the stars above. I know that you hear me, baby, howling at the moon, yeah. But you don't have to wait no more. I'll come and get you soon, yes I will. Perfect night, black and white, to link you to the stars. Yeah. And if you want tomorrow, baby, let's take a trip to Mars. Everybody, come on. Anarchy and ecstasy, we start to see the love. Waking up that you and me reach the stars above. I'm gonna make your mind, cause this is summertime and in the pale moonlight. See, I'm gonna do you right, no need to do you wrong, because someone's gonna turn you on and anarchy, ecstasy. And you're gonna be with me, no need to explain. I'm talking about the moon and rain, cause I'm gonna be the king, and you're gonna be the queen. It's gonna be okay, because someone's gonna have the scene. So I'll look at you to stars, and we're gonna shoot to Mars. I love the with desire, the flame to turn the fire, anarchy, ecstasy. And you're gonna be with me, no need to explain. We're talking about the moon and rain, cause I'm gonna be the one and only. He's gonna make you feel so lonely, talking about the land and sea. We're talking about the you and me, woman on the back of me, so play this a track. I'm gonna make you rock on me, so I'm gonna make you talk, because we're ever about to stop, but then we're number in my mind. So cool it over there, let me cool it in the sea. I'm gonna talk to blame and listen up over the beat. Cool it over there, listen, cool it over here. I'm gonna rubber J, say, check yourself. Lisa, check, baby, check your health. Lisa, check, baby, check yourself. Lisa, check, baby, check your health. Anarchy and ecstasy, we come to see your love. Breaking up that you and me. Oh, baby, you know. Anarchy and ecstasy, we come to see your love. Breaking up that you and me. Reach the stars above.
You know what I get a kick out of? I get a kick out of the beginning how you're sliding on your feet. Like, well, how the hell you? What did they put? How the hell were you doing them? Like your feet was sliding. Like
I
you were
don't know.
like,
I was like, I was a dancer before I was a singer. Actually, I was a b-boy and electric boogie dancer. I was actually good. I was one of the best. And
yeah,
actually, it was a slippery floor, but I can always do that move, no matter what, no matter
yeah. You
where,
were
no
you were
matter.
grooving, man. You were like
Yeah,
sliding
but I'm not
all
that
over. Like
flying that. I'm not
looked like
sliding
you
like
were
that no
moonwalking.
more. Yeah. I did moonwalk a lot actually back in the days on stage, and people were like so like wow because I did it like, I took it a notch further than Michael Jackson. I literally did moonwalk for like moonwalk, like they do like the b-boys and the
Yep.
electric boogie guys and shit like that, and I was good at it. So it looked very. People were like, "What the fuck is he doing?" I was like doing all kind of weird shit. And Michael Jackson, he's like the best dancer ever. He's like the best showman ever. So I took a lot of his energy.
Yeah.
I learned a
Well,
lot from Michael Jackson and
Michael
Prince and these
Jackson
guys.
actually stole the moonwalk from another performer. I
Yeah,
forgot who it was,
uh,
but
Michael
just did it
Boogaloo.
better.
Yeah, he did. He's good at what he does. He was a force not to be reckoned with, not to be reckoned with. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't talk music without talking Michael Jackson. It's
No.
like,
He's like Elvis in our day.
yeah, exactly. You can't talk music without talking Elvis, it would be stupid. I hate when people say, Elvis is a bad singer. I said, no, you don't like Elvis singing. Elvis is a good singer. You just don't like his singing.
Right.
It's you that got a bad taste, I say.
Hey, I mean, you could compare like Frank Sinatra to Andre Bocelli. Yeah, Andre Bocelli's
Yeah.
voice sounds great, but Frank
Yeah.
Sinatra's Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, nobody can fuck around with old blue eyes. He was in the business for like forever, and he was like doing it to his grave almost. He was he was the master of. I'm almost saying disaster, but what I mean is he was the master because Frank Sinatra is Frank Sinatra. You can't take that away.
They're legends.
But and that's why I like Tony Bennett too. I met Tony Bennett. I
like
actually
Tony
did.
Bennett. Yeah,
Yeah, I do too. I was shocked when I met him because it was like in Copenhagen, and it was a normal day, and I was like, "What the fuck isn't that Tony Bennett?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is. Let me get his fucking autograph and all that shit, because it was like cool because he was one of the coolest motherfucker I ever saw, like walking down the street in Copenhagen. Tony fucking Bennett, yeah.
But
That
those
was great.
people we just spoke about, Michael, Elvis, and these guys were entertainers. They just
Exactly.
didn't sing; they entertained.
Yeah, they did.
They could put on a show.
Yeah. And I was actually a singer who put on a show.
Yeah, you did. You were doing your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You were doing the moonwalk sideways.
Yeah. And people was like, they were always saying to me that, Mads, you put on a great show, but you're like, you're a special performer. You're a very expensive guy, because I did a lot of blow.
DJ Spin liked your that was a cool rap. The one thing I find funny about that video, you can see it's like back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
It's the
Totally.
rapper's pants. The rap,
Yeah.
those moonlight, those cow pants he was wearing.
Those are the 94.
Yeah, when I seen that, I go, you can tell how old this video is.
Exactly, and it is old. I think it's from 93 or 94.
That kid was fast, though. He was rapping fast. Like,
Yeah. And he was actually, we fired him after that gig. Actually, we did.
I believe
because he was.
Yeah, did you hear me? He ran out of breath a couple of times.
Yeah, and we did fire him for that.
Did he ever make it, that kid?
Yeah, he did. He made it after us. He was very sad because we were big. We were big.
So I have a question for you. from one of
Yeah.
them. Says, Pops, ask the important questions. Did he smash a lot of women as an artist?
Yes, I did.
He was living like a rock star, right? He's had a place where he had 30,000 people in front of him. So he's
Yeah,
been there.
yeah, I've been there. I must admit that. I've been there. I must admit that.
So how were women like actually like groupies on you? Like they just like would wait for you and stuff like that sometimes?
Yeah. They were like this model. She was like saying to me, she was like, she called me. I knew how nice she was. And she said, "Can I get a ticket?" And I said, "Of course you can get a ticket." And she was like, and she waited for me. I was like with George Michael. No, sorry. Boy George, Paul Young, the guy from Faith No More, and the guy from Prodigy, and the guy from
so you were with all those guys hanging out in the back?
Yeah, hanging out, and the guy from Duran Duran, the Simon something, and we were like hanging out in the bar, and they gave us more and more to drink, and the lines came and everything. You know, it was in fucking 93, 4.
Who was a really cool person like that you hung out with?
I think Paul Young was the coolest. He's an English artist, and actually, I liked the guy from Prodigy and the guy from Faith No More because we partying in a wholesale like motherfuckers.
How was Boy George?
So he was like on heroin. He was struck and he was like sitting like this.
Yeah.
We were having all the fun. You know, he wanted ass anyway, you know, so it is what it is.
Yeah, right.
You know?
It is what it is, but
you know, no, not at all. He's funny. He was a good guy, actually.
Good singer.
You know, yeah. And you know what he did on that tour? He did not sing. He was a DJ.
Oh, wow.
It was on his downfall, you know, with heroin.
Yeah. He started losing his voice. He lost his voice.
Yeah. He lost his voice. That's why he said he couldn't sing. He had to do DJ. And they said, if you want to come DJing, we were going to give you $500,000.
Hey.
He said, okay, I'm going to come.
Just his name alone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Paul Young had a good voice. Paul Young had a good voice. Yeah.
Paul Young, but that was also kicking in that he was getting older back in 95, you know.
That's why I don't get like the Rolling Stones, man. They're in their 70s and they're still going. Like even Mick Jagger, whatever you want to say about him, you don't like his voice. The fucking guy, 70-something years old, he's still performing.
I'm like this to Mick Jagger. I was not always like this, but I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, he's the champ. He's the champ.
That Rolling Stone band, the Champions. You ever see them? They look like prunes. They're on
stage.
They
do,
man. They're amazing.
They're literally like, it should be Rolling Stones. You know, the Grateful Dead should have been called the Rolling Stones, and the Rolling Stones should have been called Grateful Dead.
Yeah, they look like the living dead. They look like they're like zombies, and they're playing. It's crazy. Should put them in a haunted house or some shit.
You know, they asked Keith Richards here 3 days ago. I was laughing my ass off. They asked him, so what's your nicest memory from the last 2 days? I did some damn good heroin 2 days ago in Hamburg.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit, man. No, he said a speedball, cocaine, and heroin, you know.
That speedball's I never did one, but my friend was addicted to those speedballs.
Yeah, that's a very good high addiction because, you know, you get fucked up on these speedballs. You know, you want more and more and more and more, you know. And the heroin kicks in, you know, so you can actually die of that shit.
Yep. We got any more questions out there for Mads? Throw them in the comments. But so basically, Mads, like we all say, you want to party like a rock star. He did party like a rock star. That's the difference.
Yeah, I did.
He actually partied like a rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, you're hanging around all those people. you're a rock star with him at that moment.
Yeah. At that moment, yeah. In that moment, you feel the same vibe. You feel like you're on the same level suddenly.
Right.
I have some stories I gotta wait so we make the show, pops. You know, because
Yeah, we'll save it. Like, how does it? Like, I want to ask you questions, but we got to save it.
yeah. You know, because there's some of the stories are like fucking insane, but they're true, and I can prove it. So it's like I got the receipts. So it's like
Yeah.
there's nothing if buts or maybe people like you said that or no, it's the truth. So
You
you
got.
better live with it.
We got videos of you singing on television.
Yeah. And I got more of that shit. You know, I actually got albums. I got some albums here already because I had to look into some albums I did.
So you guys made how many albums you made? 1, 2?
3 actually, 4.
Oh wow, you made 4 albums. That band, King Kane?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All vinyl, right?
But
Did you
no,
digitally
that
record?
was the age of actually we did record it both digitally and
CDs?
and without. Yeah, we did it on CDs. That was the newest thing back then, so we had to do it on CDs, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted vinyl and I got a vinyl record. Some of the vinyl records I got.
Vinyl just sounds different. It's just a different sound.
Yeah, it does. It is because we made it like it was not a digital record. It was not. It was not made on digital. But we did do it on a computer in the start. But we did it. You know, we went all backwards. I said, let's fuck all that computer shit. Let's do it on fucking instruments anyway. And they were like, yeah, but some of it is cool. Yeah, let's take some of it and let's play the other shit. And we did. We did a live record, you know, and we did. You always have to do a live record. I don't know why. You know, you always have to.
You do. So you made
Yeah,
you made 3 albums.
Yeah, and a live record.
And a live over a period of how long? How many years?
8.
Oh, so you were doing it for a while before you actually fell out of grace.
Yeah. No, let me be honest. I was out for 4 years.
Right. While you were
I was out
working.
there. Yeah,
a lot of the musicians are. You're not alone.
No, I was not because of the studio. We worked in the studio. I'm going to tell you all this shit because you know
we'll
it's
save it.
fucking
Freddie Mercury was high all the time. Freddie Mercury
That's
was
what I
shooting
mean.
heroin in the fucking before he went out there.
Yeah, people are like they will be shocked, you know, because people were fucked in the 90s. They were literally fucked up on heroin, cocaine, ecstasy,
All those bands were
pills. And they were partying, you know, and it is like today they have their espresso machines. They work out, and they're called something like Haxi Buxi Baxi or something like shit like that. And they go with some strange weird hair, and they're like they love YouTube. They're playing guitar, or they're singing, or they're rapping. You know, that's the new shit.
Yeah.
And they only want to hear new shit. They don't want to hear old shit. Last week's shit is old. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's weird. We were like that when we were like 13, 14, 15. But they're like 20, 30, 40s today. It's embarrassing.
Yep.
It is. They don't know what music is today. They don't.
No.
Saying that 6ix9ine is music, that's kind of keeping it kind of, what? Is 6ix9ine music? Okay.
Half the people that are singing today, their voices are tweaked in the studio.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Their voice.
It's vocoder, and not even vocoder. It's like, what do they call it?
They put special effects in their voices.
Yeah. And no, there's this machine. It's like a vocoder that keeps the tune right, but it's more. It's called auto-tune. Sorry, I couldn't find the word.
Auto-tune.
But auto-tune. That's automatic tuning.
Amazing,
So
isn't it?
automatic, your voice, if you sing it will go to you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If the lyric is if you have to sing that note, it'll go up on that note for you.
yeah, they'll go up a couple of notches for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're ain't gonna like they can make themselves sound like Whitney Houston hitting that high note.
Exactly, exactly. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
She really did hit it. That's a difference.
I call it the devil's machine.
Yeah. Well,
I don't give a
I mean, in
fuck.
reality, it really ruined the music industry because now you don't even know who's
It did.
talented and who's not until you hear them live. See,
Yeah, yeah.
but then they're playing the record anyway and they're lip syncing half the time.
Yeah.
The best was that
You know-
Vanilli Manilli. Remember them guys?
Yeah, oh, that was, and they won a Grammy. That was
They
a
won a
disaster.
Grammy and they were lip syncers.
Yeah, yeah, and the one of them, he literally wanted to sell, but he almost committed suicide. He was being a junkie down in Spain. I actually met him because Spain is not that far, and my friend lived where he lived at, called Jacob. He's a very good friend of mine. He was the drummer in Kincaid. You just saw the drummer was
that
sitting there
drummer.
bald. Yeah, and we were down there, and he said, "You want to see Milli Vanilli?" I said, "What? You want to see Milli Vanilli?" I said, "What? I mean it." And I said, "Yeah." And we drove to this small bar in this beach area. And he was sitting on a bar playing, "Girl, you know it's true." For real. And he was not that gifted a musician, but he was okay.
Right.
He was okay.
They
He was
just
okay.
they sold it. They were out.
Yeah. It was that Boney M guy.
Most
Boney M was
people-
not Boney M anyway.
Most people watching this don't even know what we're talking about.
No.
So just to let you know, in case you're too young, Milli Vanilli were a group, two guys, and they won a Grammy Award for their song, and they really didn't even sing it. They were lip syncing it. They found out that they weren't even the singers. But did we ever see who the real singers were of that song?
Yeah. There's the real Milli Vanilli. You can look it up. They're like fat and shit. So
That's why they didn't use them.
yeah. They're like real soul motherfuckers, big black
Oh,
guys,
I
they
never
really
get
got
no
soul,
prestige.
really good musicians and really, really good shit.
Yeah, Alexio, I think they're shadow banning me in YouTube because
Yeah, because I never got the fucking notification either. So
it's weird.
yeah.
Go on when you go on to your notifications, Alexio, you got to click the always one. There's two buttons when you do the notifications.
I do that. I have done that.
You got to click, maybe reset it and see if it works.
Okay, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, try it. Who knows?
I'll try. Yeah, because but the live one have worked like very good. Very good. I can see Pops is live.
Yeah.
Always 4:00 in the morning. I have to. Oh shit. Man.
Well, you better go to bed, man. But listen.
Yeah.
I got your email. We'll touch base. When do you think you'll be ready to do a show?
I'm going to work on next week. So no, next week maybe. Next week maybe.
Next week or the week after.
Yeah. Next week or the week.
All right.
After.
That sounds like a plan. We'll get it together.
Okay. We'll get it together.
We'll hook up offline. Like we'll go. Me and you will go private into a studio and we'll talk about what we want to do. Like you tell me what questions. Like this way, I know what questions to ask you and things like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. We gotta do it. Yeah, that's gotta be checked, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, Pops.
Yeah,
man.
and I gotta get I need a couple of more video, or if you have videos, we could share it.
Yeah. I hope
I'll
find
and
some.
I'll put them on there. Yep.
I'll send you some music. I promise that.
All right.
Okay. Peace, Pops.
All right. You too now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end anyway. So everyone, want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is one of my open panels. I had a great show tonight. Just want to thank everybody for your support. Make sure you check out my new video. It is called part 2. Where's our part Okay, so that's I just made that. It's on my website. Part 2 will be coming out real soon. And that is just basically a 11-minute video with me narrating in the background and just kind of giving you a little bit of a history lesson of how power started to rise from back a few thousand years ago. My part 2 will be out probably by the end of this week. And then there'll be a part 3, 4. It's going to be a long story, but that is part 1. I made it short so nobody gets bored out of their mind. It's really like 10 minutes long. And I hope you enjoy it because you'll kind of learn a lot. A lot of homework went into that stupid little 10-minute video, believe it or not. It took me about 30 hours to make it. It's crazy how long it to put things together the correct way. But anyway, I want to thank everyone. Does anyone have any questions out there? And Alexio, I don't know why you don't get notifications either. Got no clue. It must be something. Maybe try resetting your notification thing or something. I don't know. Or maybe YouTube finds that I'm such an important person, they got to shadow ban me. I don't know. Anything is possible with YouTube, right? All right, so everybody, I'd like to thank you all once again. I always like to leave on a good note. Let's see if I have anything here I could play. And here we go. This will be...
Where's our war cry? We don't even know that we're at war. We don't understand that we're in hostile territory. This isn't a time of peace. It's against the principalities and the powers that are puppeteering the people. And we are in a position to see souls set free. This has been the ancient war cry throughout all the generations of the Hebrew nation. Rock Kasak! Where does it come from? Kasak, this is the Hebrew, the rock-like oomph of the spiritually zealous heart, the game face of a mighty man, tenacity of soul, the gritting of the teeth of the spirit-inspired warrior, and the baring of those teeth to the enemy. Kasak is possessing a resolute and growling resolve for the glory of God, a flush of spiritual fervor, a tensing of all a soldier's muscles. There's a Kasak. We don't have that spiritually. We should. We don't. Because we don't know what we're engaged with. Did you know that you have the armory of heaven? That you have everything you need for life and godliness to push the enemy forces back? And so when you hear Kasak, your knuckles spiritually should immediately turn white. And you should find yourself gritting your spiritual teeth with a belligerence against the enemy. He goes down. There are souls that must be saved. Okay, that's just Kasak. The Hebrew statement is Barak Kasak. However, in the Bible, where that came from, it's Kasak Ematz. The other word that goes with it, Ematz. It's heavenly audacity. It's rushing headlong into the most hazardous and impossible battles without pausing to consider the impossibilities. Who had Ematz in the Bible? David against Goliath? That's some serious Ematz. Okay, he's rushing headlong against the Goliath. It's like, David, we might want to think about this a little. No, I'm not weighing the impossibilities. This is for my God. It's a confidence in victory even before the field is taken. It's lambs moving with liquid ferocity straight into the lion's lair. How about the three that overheard him in the cave of Adullam? He says, oh, for a cup of cool water from the well of Bethlehem. Those guys had Ematz. They go running out, break through a garrison of Philistines to grab a cup of cool water and then bring it back through the garrison. They're being hunted by Philistines the whole time, trying not to spill a cup of water. That's Ematz. Mere men and women on earth are eaten up by the enemy. However, we're not just mere men and women of this earth. We are redeemed. We are bought with a price, and we've been changed into the body of Christ. Ematz means swift-footed, all-believing, super-conquering, prevailing faith in the Lord of battles. What happens to the world if Christians once again get Kasak and Ematz? You know what the apostles had after Pentecost? Something came into them. What was it? You can say it very simply. Kasak and Ematz. Spirit of God. He came in to win. He came in to turn this world on its head. Moses' last gasp. This is his great speech before the promised land, which he never got to enter into. And he's laying out the ground rules for the kingdom that is about to be established across that Jordan River. Be strong and of good courage. Kasak, Kamas. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that does go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And Moses called unto Joshua and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, Kasak, Kamas. Be strong and of good courage. For thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord has sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. Well, what's happening there? The men and women of God are coming to take what was purchased, the promise. You were surrounded by 31 hostile empires. You know, that's what they were headed into. 31 empires on the other side of that Jordan River. 31. This is where we are at as the Church of Jesus Christ, yet we are there without a war cry. Let's understand that we are out to win for the glory of Jesus Christ. And even if we die, we win. Doesn't matter what happens to our bodies. We obey, God wins.
Anyway, just like to tell everyone, may the Almighty bless you and your family. And Pops out.